Um, hiding, babe. I can't believe it's 7 o'clock already. Hey, 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 hello everybody. Say hi when you come in. How are you feeling, Jaja? Is your ear any better, mate? Hope it's better. Earaches friggin' suck, man. Like, genuinely suck. Getting better, but my ear still hurts. Ouch. Maybe you need some stronger painkillers, babe. Maybe you could do with, like, I know, not just paracetamol, but something a little stronger. I don't think people are getting my notifications. If it's no better, maybe over the weekend you can just call out of our doctors or something, Jack. Because it should be easing up now. How long have you been taking the antibiotics? 3 days? 4 days? Should be able to ease up a little bit. Hey, Laggy, how are you? I'm guessing people are not getting notifications.
Yeah, someone else's number.
I don't know how quick this is. I don't know. Somebody else could be, I suppose. Didn't get notifications. Yeah, I don't think anybody's getting notifications. It's a pain in the ass. It's a pain in the ass. Thank you. Hey, Bubba. I know a lot of people haven't got Twitter, and Uni did a video that I just watched this morning, and I'm not even gonna lie, I think it's one of his best videos that he's done. Like, he's just calm and talking, and I couldn't I couldn't even sleep because I was just too interested in listening to it. So I thought, like, because a lot of you haven't, we could like go through it, and because it was one of the best videos Uni has done. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Maybe because I'm old and I don't like the music and stuff, but it really is a good video. Hey, Kathy, welcome. Thanks, Bubba. It was done like a day ago, but I just noticed it this morning. But my God, it was really good. It was really good. He was just talking about everything, and it was really good. So one thought when we could go over it, and hope he doesn't strike me or anything for doing it. I don't think he would. I don't think I'm doing anything wrong as long as I put the link to it in there to start with, like, you know. What about if I can do that, can't I? Hi, Q. How are you? Hopefully more and more people will start coming in. But as it's like, I'm probably not going to get through it all, to be fair, but there is, like, this live is really good. And for the people who haven't got Twitter or Periscope, whatever it's called, like, I literally couldn't even sleep. I was laying down and I literally was like, oh, what's this? I haven't seen this one, and put it on, and then couldn't sleep for freaking 2 hours. And I was like, actually, I know others haven't, so. Still stressed from yesterday, cute. So I'm gonna give it another couple of minutes, and I'll just start it, and then people can just come in and, like, let me know if it's loud or not loud enough, or too loud. I can adjust the sound. But yeah, I am exhausted emotionally. It's not surprising, babe, to be fair. You know, you're going through a lot right now, so I'm not surprised that you're emotionally and physically freaking exhausted. Hardly surprising, you know. Hey, what is the Uni and Steve T you have for us? No, it's just literally, I'm not sure if everyone watched it, because I know a lot of my subscribers haven't got Twitter or Periscope, whatever it's called. So I was just going to go over what Uni did in his Periscope the other day, because it was absolutely an amazing video. So I thought we could just, like, go over it. But I will start, I give it another minute, and then I'll start the video. But, like, some of the things he's like is really, really insightful in this video, and I couldn't take my eyes off it, even though there's nothing to watch. It's a black screen, hence why we're on this. But it's actually nice just to hear him rather than all the music, and because I can't stand that. I'm too old for music, and especially as you have to have the volume quite up to hear him, and then his music comes on and bursts my eardrums, especially as my time of night he is on. It's generally super hard for me to get that right volume. But so literally it's basically Uni on his Periscope, i.e. Twitter, and he's just having a chat, basically. Got a hurt kid, gotta go. Oh no, hope he's okay, Laggy. So he's just basically walking. There's no picture, so there's nothing to share. There's no point sharing it but it's just him talking.
So right after I think he realized that it was going to be a court battle, that he wasn't just going to win, like, you know, the restraining order and all that, I think his lawyers got, you know how lawyers sometimes let people push them around? I think his lawyers looked at him like, look, I'm your lawyer. You're paying me money. I need to tell you this, and you need to listen to me. It's not the way you think. You're losing. And I think that's when he started buying subs personally. And I did think that maybe he'd stop after he passed UniRock too. Well, guess what? He did. He stopped for like 3, 4, 5 days. You'd have to look at his social blade. Well, guess what happened? Literally, right after I notice it on a stream and say, well, Steve stopped buying subs after he passed UniRock too. Right after I mentioned that on a random stream, he buys another 100 subs. So obviously he's watching my stream. He buys UniRock too. He's watching my stream. And then he hears me say that 3, 4 days later, and he's like, I can't let Uni be right about that. I have to.
But what, like, Uni is right on what he's saying, but also, like, surely Steve can know that we all know that he's bought subs. Like, he has had no movement on his social blade. Like, I think I took a screenshot a bit ago. I'd have to go back and check, and there was literally no subs added. He wasn't going up and he wasn't going down. It was very, very, like, straight. But now all of a sudden he's gained like 3,000 subs. Okay.
Make people think that's not true, so he goes to buy more subs. I mean, why else did it stop for 3, 4 days? Also, none of his videos are getting views. None of them. We've confirmed this. He's had several days where he's gotten 300 or 400 views for the entire day without any videos being deleted. Social Blade and other platforms count your views, or they count the amount of videos you have. So if he did private or unlist or delete videos, we would have been able to tell because the number would have went down. So anyway.
But that's another thing, like with this whole thing. Was that? Oh no, it was on Twitter, Melanie. That's why I did this, because a lot of my subs don't have Twitter. They don't use Twitter. So, but this was such a good video. I don't normally share his Twitters and Periscopes. That's it. Yeah, Periscope. And but it was such a good video and so insightful. It needed to be shared. I'm just hoping he doesn't get mad with me for sharing it.
And he already went live, remember, back then, and told everybody that somebody is buying subs for me. It's UniRock. I'm so nice. I wanted to help you pass my channel. That's why I did it. Okay. No, it's not what I went live for. I was just responding to what you guys said. The reason I went live here right now is because I just walked by a car where someone was sitting in their car smoking weed, just letting the car run. You can smell it hard. Or okay. The reason I went live is because I wanted to tell you I didn't stream today because when I was getting close to finishing a video, my computer restarted, the power went, internet restarted, and I had to re-record about 10 minutes of footage. So I said to myself, if the power is going to cut in and out, I'm probably going to at least wait until it stops doing it. Unplug the computer, turned off the power strip, unplugged the computer, and of course I plugged my computer back in later.
Yeah, I'm doing the phase. I'm going to talk through it like this bit isn't just talking about why you didn't go live.
It's just a gaming.
But you know, like they always like, oh my God, Uni's not going live because he's scared of Sherelle. No, he's just had shit to do.
Video, I just put a lot of time into it. It's answering a bunch of questions, showing people sniper rifles that I use. If you don't like my gaming content, you're not going to like the video. Don't click it. Don't get clickbaited. You won't, because it's a very obvious title, but I'm just making sure, okay? If you do want to support me, you can watch it. It's kind of interesting, I guess. But if you don't play Tarkov, it won't be interesting. Anyway. So a couple things have happened that I want to talk to you about. I figured I'd do a Periscope live stream or a Twitter live stream. Same thing, instead of
I don't think many people did, PJ.
Because I am trying to flip my schedule. But we've been having such good streams that That's why I end up streaming for a long time. We have these really good streams. Okay, so anyway. Well, no, thanks. Hey, hi, guy. No, I'm glad. Hey, if you play Tarkov or if you like it, I'd watch it. It's got some really good gameplay. Also, oh, everybody who said that the stream was blurry, the last stream, it was because I changed all my settings in the game and I first created the Rock a Lot. You remember, I went to the Rock a Lot and played the old non sequitur streams and watched them. Something I'd never done because honestly, it was just a group of friends sitting there rambling. If you have actually go back and watch them, just a group of friends rambling. That's all it is, those streams. So the thing is, I watched them on the Rock a Lot back then when Steve first attacked.
I heard this on Periscope, which is linked to his Twitter, so you know when or if he has done a Periscope. Yeah, I didn't notice it. I didn't until just earlier on, and I watched it whilst I was laying in bed because I haven't been very well today. So I was laying in bed and I was gonna have a nap, but then ended up putting this on and watching this for freaking 2 hours. And I must admit, it's one of his best streams, I think. Like, you might all different because you all like the music and stuff. I like it when he just talks. But
attacked me because when I first realized he was lying to me, I realized I have to reassess non sequitur. I got to reassess everything where I could have trusted him, or he could have promised me evidence and then never given it to me. And that's why I've changed my mind about non-sec. Well, with this new restraining order, there are so many people back and watching old videos.
And that's the thing with the non-sequitur, guys. Like, that is genuinely the thing. There are so many videos out there of him saying, I wanted cash. Like, he's saying that, me too, Joe, I live in North Hampshire. Every channel enjoys at 2 a.m. I know, but when the music keeps, because he talks quite monotone, and then he's quite quiet, so I have to have the iPad up a little bit, and then when the music comes on, I'm like, fuck, I've just woke the whole street up. So then I sort of... Yeah, and I get it for his size channel, but mine's such a little channel. I don't think it'd be too much of an issue. Like, if it doesn't get monetized, I don't care. But I think what he's got to say is actually worthwhile putting out. But as I was saying then, like, there are so many videos. He's saying, right, he says, Kyle owes me $60,000, right? Now, do you know anyone that would literally go and hand someone, like, let's just half it for argument's sake, $30,000 in cash at a convention? Like, really? Defo buying sub, Social Blade doesn't lie. Exactly. Like, my Social Blade, like, anybody can go and look at my Social Blade. It goes up and down. It's like 10 here, 20 here, minus 10, and it goes in tens now, obviously, because I'm above the 1,000. But it'll go nothing for like 2 days, then I'll plus 10. The next day I could lose 20, and it is a normal up and down, like, you know. Agree, Joe, and it's good to have an insight on these situations. Non sequitur is dead. Oh, it definitely is.
There are people going back and watching my old videos from streams where Steve turned on me and was attacking me over criticizing him, you know, and I can see people watching him if I look in my analytics. Well, people are also, after making the realization that we all made, they're going back and watching those old non sequitur streams. Now, the difference, a lot of those people watched them before, so they remember around where certain things happened, and they're finding things. I can completely, at this point, clear Katie Joy Paulson's name of everything he's accused her of. And here's how. We've got clips of him back when this all first happened. Now, I've told you we've had them, because we have, but there's more coming out. The ones that are coming out, we've got a clip of him talking about Katie accusing him and literally saying what he remembers saying to her after he brought up
is pure anger that is propelling his lawsuits. But surely at this point, Elliot, like, how much more is this Australian guy going to plummet into Steve's tantrum? Because at this point, that's what it is. You cannot blame Katie Joy for taking the channel. Katie Joy never done that. Blame her for the shit that she's done, not for the shit that she hasn't done. Do you know what I'm saying? So you can't say, well, it's Katie's fault. She believed her friend. What do you want to say? Hi, Miss Leah. Hey, Patty. Like, she believed her friend when her friend told her something. And after seeing a lot of these videos, like, I was, even after I didn't like Steve, I was like, no, he deserves to get paid by Kyle. Like, he did the work. But now, after seeing all of these videos of him saying, I couldn't accept the money when Kyle offered because I'm on Medicaid and I had a surgery coming up, or I don't know how to do this, or I don't know how to do that, that would denote that Kyle ran the channel and he was just somebody that came in. Do you know what I'm saying? And another thing as well is, if he was the owner of said channel that he insists on saying on multiple occasions, why does he have to ask Kyle permission on a number of occasions? It's craziness. Let's get back to it.
His penis. He literally admitting he remembers. Now, honestly, with the things being like it is now, I'm not even going to go and put it in a live stream. There's no reason. The restraining order handled everything. If anyone can't at this time say to themselves that it wasn't criticism and that he himself,
okay, Charlotte, no problem,
to the law that he did that. Now, I'm not saying he can't appeal it and all that stuff. That's what some people are saying. But even if he did, I've seen with my own eyes what he's done. So I've seen the evidence that the law may be lacking. But when it comes to this stuff,
Elliot says, I agree, and Steve manipulated everyone and the Australian for paying this and feeling, trying to be a good friend. Glenn or Radoff is a nice guy who is very ill. Dragnaut on YouTube knows all about this. And yeah, agreed. But what on God's green earth would this man see in taking this to court? Because let's just say, right, let's go with he wins everything, right? I think somebody said it up there, but I can't remember who it was up the chat. But that channel is dead. Never mind who wins it. I think if Kyle won, he'd have a chance because he started the channel. He knows what goes into the channel. If Steve wins it, I genuinely don't think that he would be able to get that channel up and running. He has 2 channels. Why, after leaving the non-sec, didn't he get the Great Debate up to that kind of standard? Because he's unable to. He hasn't got the mental capacity to do it. Hi, Rose. Bye, love. Have a nice day.
You know, there's no reason for me to play it. Oh my goodness. Look, here's the thing about Chris. Chris.
He's on about that Tucker.
Is a dangerous individual when it comes to YouTube policy. And when it comes to affiliating yourself with Chris right now. Because there's a lot of people that go around virtue signaling out and throwing around, acting like, literally saying that Katie said the N-word, right?
I wasn't around back then, but my understanding is that Steve was alienating everyone. And a lot of women felt, you know, really uncomfortable with him, Patty. I've heard a few now saying, like, they felt very, very uncomfortable on that channel talking to him because he is so... his brain goes into something sexual at every given opportunity. Kyle's, the owner of Non Sequitur, has stuck Steve's channel due to copyright, and at least 2 or could be 4. Oh, interesting. Steve is manipulating and a liar. It's clear as day. Hi, Kayla.
If you're going to sit there and act like Katie said the N-word, no evidence, when you've got the stuff that Chris said, and not get mad about it, you're showing your hypocrisy so fucking much. Now, I'm not telling you to get mad at anything. You make up your own mind about how you feel.
Okay, so he's on about here that SW has forgiven Icky for saying those bad things on a live. And okay, she's apologized, everyone's moving forward, but then you can't say, and I know I didn't personally hear her say the N-word, but I know people that did personally hear her say the N-word. So where's the forgiveness for other people? Do you know what I'm saying? Hey, lovely ladies and gents, and Jackal. Jackal's poorly still. He's in bed. He's sleeping.
About each thing. I'm telling you that if a creator can't see how accusing Katie of doing this with no evidence and not fixing it, yet let it, sharing Chris's stuff and spreading Chris around, that shows crazy desperation. It shows really crazy desperation.
Patty says, in my opinion, Sherelle is a huge racist to use that as an excuse to take Katie down. I just think it's just so scary with the time that is going on in the world right now. I don't know. I was really scared because of what the consequences could be for that. And just the words that Sherelle was using as well was degrading and nasty, and just and Perry using the F word as a gay slur and calling what was it, a white trash. And I don't know, I don't like that kind of thing. I don't. But we'll go back and carry on, because this is actually a really good live of Uni's.
Because you're so desperate to have somebody attack Katie that you're going to team up with someone who you say you hate because they used hate speech against you. We are in a clown world. That just shows how clown world this shit is. Well, see, look, let me explain Chris to everybody. I know people like Chris. I don't even think Chris is racist. Could she be? She could. But the reason, hear what I'm saying, because I know people like Chris. Chris is one of those free speech people who believes that she should show how free speech, censorship is a horrible thing in every form, and that it should never be wielded, only in the most extreme situations. And she'll express that by doing what she did. That's what I think happened with.
And a lot, I'm going to use the name, I don't even care anymore, but the reason as well is Chris is hurt. She's hurt. She's hurt by the fact that people, not me, she doesn't give a shit about me, but people like Katie and Uni sort of denouncing her because of that rant. That proper hurt her feelings, because she went hard for Katie and she thought maybe they were friends or something. I don't know, but I just feel like, for me, that's how it's coming across, that she's really hurt by it, so she's going to lash out. And I feel that's what she does. A lot like I do. I suppose I'm a lot like that. Elliot says, the fact this racist card is to destroy Katie. It could risk her family's life. Imagine after doxing them, unhinged people go physically hurt her house is a real threat. That's exactly what I said. That is exact, and that was my main worry that night. I was like, oh my God, her address is out there with all this at the moment as well going on in her city. It was scary. What Chris said was disgusting. What Perry said was disgusting. I agree. 100%.
Chris. Now, I could be wrong because I haven't seen all of Chris's content. Okay, I've only seen clips.
Yeah, I haven't.
And I'm not going to take the time to sit down and watch it if I'm not going to do content on it. And I'm not. Because just including her content on my channel could get me strikes. But at this point, there's only one thing I need to be able to show everybody that Sherelle's world, you know, I don't have to go at Sherelle's world like she wants me to. She wants me to engage in a battle with her, and I'm not going to do it. Because I already have a clip of Sherelle completely lying and discrediting herself.
Dove says she's been going hard on you right now, Joe, spreading lie after lie. And that's okay. Let her. Like, I don't even know what to say to that, to be honest. It's just like, I know that I have seen little bits that people have sent me, and I'm just like, don't engage, you know, just let her spit the dummy, let her have a tantrum. And I think it is. I think she's heard the fact that Katie and Uni, and she can't go after them, so she's coming after smaller channels, which is me and Britta's, and which is fine. Just, you know, it is what it is. Like Joe paid for her arrest record. First, Joe would never do that. No, can she, since she's in the UK? You think I'm paying for anything? You fucking batshit crazy. Like, I'm a skinflint. Like, I genuinely am. Like, I don't pay for anything. And I can't, even if I wanted to. Like, I can't get any information here. Even somebody else in the UK, I can't pay to get their information. We can't be trusted. Like, it isn't, because I know people were wanting to do Megan's Law, which is a lot like your guys, where you can tell if paedophiles are living close to you, etc. And we can't even be trusted to do that, because we just hurt people. They wouldn't be. We can't be trusted. Joe is too cheap. I am. I admit it. I am. I'm too cheap. I wouldn't anyway. There's no way I'm paying what, fucking 10, 20, 30, 40 bucks. No,
and on the internet, when you're wrong about something,
hey pedals,
and you have a chance to correct it. Yeah, even if you fight for it passionately, if you realize you're wrong later, you can correct it. That's like one or two things. Sherelle has made like 20 accusations, and she's done it to try to be spiteful and to try to say, oh, you're going to try to tell me that I can't accuse you of this? Oh, you've got the nerve to make a video addressing me? Well, I'm going to accuse you of all this stuff so I can convince people to get mad at you and hate you. And she doesn't, maybe she does realize it and just not care. But you all know, and I know, that shows that she's doing her best to incite a crowd of people to fight for her with lies. I
agree with that as well. I really do. If Katie Joy, never mind how much I like her or dislike her, like, if Katie Joy had used that N-word, you bet your ass it would be around everywhere by now. Like, come on. Everything she says is recorded. If she used that word, it would be on every video, everybody's Twitter. It would be freaking everywhere by now. Did you all see where Joe supposedly showed her privates to the whole of the internet? Patsy, I showed my knickers by accident. I showed my underwear by accident. I knew about that, but everyone's seen it anyway. They shared it already. They all show my pants. They all saw me knickers.
So the people that fight for her are exposed for being sheeped out people, and there's not many. And her herself are exposed to be a liar. It'd be like iDubbbz getting up on the screen and just lying and lying and lying purposely about Leafy, and then trying to expose Leafy. People are going to laugh at him. Like, dude, you've already proven you're just going to lie.
Exactly, you know Dove.
Yeah, she's not credible. Thank you. Oh, you mean...
You can't say somebody used that word and then, like, not say it. Like, that's just craziness. I didn't believe it anyway, Joe. Oh yeah, it's true. It is true, that one. I did. When I was doing an unboxing, I moved, and everyone had a good old view of my knickers. But you should be grateful I had knickers on, because literally that wouldn't have been a pretty sight. Like, nobody wants to see that. But it is what it is. It's done. They got the video of it. They got the photos of it. I can't do anything about that now, you know? Sherelle is behaving like a child at the moment. She needs to grow up, or just wait for the repercussions, as this escalated super fast. Steve has a restraining order, and she should stop and behave maturely. I agree. Hey, Adria, ma'am. Yeah, I agree. I just think, like, this is, do you know what confuses me the most about Sherelle? Is she stated perfectly clear, nothing happened. Like, nothing happened. It's crazy. You know, like, they didn't have an argument. They didn't fight. They didn't have anything like that. But then, because Steve was there in her ear going, she then feels like she has to. She already said it on her live. I'm doing this for Steve. I don't care if she lives or dies. She could be in an accident tomorrow for all I care. I'm doing this for Steve. Joe, the sharing of those pictures was utter disgrace. It just shows more about them, really, doesn't it? You know, it was an accident, and it was very sad that they tried to use it against Joe. It just shows those people's mentality. Yeah, exactly. And I probably wasn't thinking straight on that, because I should have. I had a dress on, but I got upset and I was crying, and because Miss Leah sent me a colouring book, and it sounds dumb, but it was super emotional for me, and I moved the wrong way and I showed my underwear. So there's not much I can do about it. It's out there now. They've already shared the shit out of it.
I mean, Chris, well, I'm meaning Sherelle. Sherelle and Chris both are not credible. And remember, what do hateful people do? Now, I know there's a lot of people that have opinions on hate speech. They have opinions on.
Lisa says, hi, Joe. She said you actually showed your private parts. I was like, what? Seriously? No, I showed my underwear. I did show my underwear. I didn't show any private parts. Who is that woman called Amber who was in the top right? And Sherelle. She was the one who catfished one of the 90-Day Fiancé or something. I think Steve is making her, and I think SH is angry about Baby Lisa interview. Is also childish. Yeah. I knew there was no way. Yeah, I didn't show my privates. I had underwear on, but I did show my underwear. I'm not going to deny it. It's everywhere. Like, it's just crazy. I didn't show my private parts, though. Like, no. I had underwear on. There's no way that you could have seen anything, because they were like boxers. They were like girl boxer shorts. So there's no way you could have seen my private parts at all. She has a catfisher in her team. What the hell? Yeah. She was the one that catfished. I can't say his name. It was, you have to ask one of the girls. They all know. I didn't know you knew that. Yeah, somebody told me.
You know, racism and prejudice. But let's just draw a logical line here. Just basic logic. You get me? If somebody is going to go and make up a bunch of shit and try to act like they're serious about it, I mean, that Facebook video, she's literally shaking and...
Oh my God, Jesus, what is wrong with them? Oh my God, underwear. I know I showed my underwear. It was my fault though, because I didn't think, to be fair. It was because I was upset from this bloody colouring book, and I just moved wrong, and I just showed everyone my bloody underwear. Human, that's it. That was it. That's it. Thanks, Dove.
Who gives a fine?
Nobody noticed, Bubba, only them. Everyone was watching that box opening and nobody else noted but them. Craziness.
Scared. She can't even look at the camera.
I know.
Like, I'm not even playing. The Facebook video is the only thing anybody needs anytime Sherelle attacks anybody. Ever again. Because why? I know I got to explain now that we're dealing with literally like internet noobs.
Miss Leah, I'll ask Britta's to help me edit that bit out so we can put it back up, because that would be nice to. I want that back up. It'd be so nice. What we doing, Joe? Yeah, this is Uni's Periscope. It's just because a lot of my subs haven't got Periscope or Twitter, but this is such a good, insightful video. I wanted to share it. I just hope I don't get into trouble for doing so. I can take it down if he wants me to. That's not a big issue. I can take it down.
Be fine. Fair usage.
Yeah. But if he wants me to take it down, I will. You can just tell me, or tell Rach to tell me, or something, or tell Dove to tell me.
Yeah, you're not exactly hiding where it's coming from.
No, I think I'll put it in the description and stuff. I did put the link to his Twitter up.
Okay.
I don't know how to do the Periscope-y thing.
It's the same thing.
Okay, but if somebody else sends me a link, I can put that up as well.
Yeah, it's basically the same
Okay, that'll be nice. Yeah, I'll ask Britta's to help me. She'll know how to do it, I'm sure.
Or internet boomers. But the reason why is because now that she's been exposed as doing this to people who criticize her,
she's been
literally
busy.
lying through her teeth. The next time that she criticizes, as I said earlier, you can just pull that.
Ouch, that was the noise.
No one has to.
She's been busy doing her house, Be Family. She's in Discord.
Went to the New York City and knocked over a skyscraper. And coincidentally, there's a skyscraper that fell over yesterday. Who said it? Sherelle? Oh, yeah. Okay. She's crazy. Oh, you're right. My bad. That's literally permanent now.
Yeah, I don't think he will, because it is. I don't normally share his stuff, to be honest, but this was a really good video. It's like he says, and I like it when he talks like this. It's because I'm old and you can all say it. I know. Off topic, I showed my husband your reading. He's just finished signing up for his employment package for his new job. Thanks again for doing that. Was 100% accurate. Oh, you're so welcome. Hey, Real Housewife, how are you? Elliot Webb, I believe the live stream was a setup for Sherelle to get the mysterious phone call. Okay, who do you think the phone call was from? Because she said he, so we know it's a bloke. So who do you think? I've got two in my head. It could either be two people.
Not necessarily.
No, I think it's two people. Steve. I agree with that, and I think it was SM. I don't think you are old, Joe. I think you have sensitive hearing. I do have sensitive hearing. Yep, I agree with you all. I agree with you all. I think it was as well. It was just to get her wound up on that.
On the line?
Yeah.
I don't think there was a phone call.
Excuse me.
And I'll tell you why. If somebody makes a couple mistakes, it's fine, as long as they fix it at some point.
And that's the thing, like, we can all make mistakes. I've made a fuckload of mistakes. Like, if Sherelle had gone on the next day and just said, listen, I can't prove that Katie said that, there is no proof, I'm sorry. It would have been done and dusted. She would have had a little bit of backlash, but nothing else. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I've done things that are way worse than that. Like, I've said things that are way worse than that. And, I hope I've grown and I've learned from it. And it took months to be able to say it. But I think if there was even the slightest chance, which I really don't think she said it, but let's play devil's advocate that she said it. Firstly, it would be all over damn Twitter. And secondly, there's not one live that girl does without somebody recording it. There's not. I think she maybe faked it and there was no call. Ah, that's an interesting one.
That's what I think.
That's what Carl thinks, Patty.
But when somebody makes a shit ton of false statements, doesn't fix it, and then gets mad and purposely accuses people of lies over and over.
Exactly, Happiness.
You're literally like, there is no, you're negative credibility. It's not even about credibility at that point. You've got literally negative credibility. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so yeah, these new clips, let me get back to that. My God, look at this star for me. Look at this star. Look at how bright they are. Tell me that's not crazy.
Thanks, T. Thanks, Claire.
So these new clips that are coming out, there was actually a video, one of the first times I talked to Steve. There's another video from before I talked to Steve. And I mean, there's just all these videos now where
I tried so hard to ignore the messages from crazy people to keep moderating for Katie, but my mental health, bipolar, was affected me, and this was asked by my husband to back off, bless him. Yeah. And Elliot, I've lost mods from the same that needed to back off because it was getting so bad. And I remember when I modded Dove and I asked her if she would be my mod because I was so nervous that she was going to get backlash from it. And I remember, I think I spoke to pretty much every one of my mods, like, you know. Joe, I was accused of being a troll for a SH stalker yesterday on Twitter. I was accused of making hate videos about Katie. You haven't. You've never made a hate video. What the hell are you talking about? Sherelle was live and Katie went live on Instagram. I was watching both. But this is the thing, housewife. If she had said that word, I would bet everything. Which Periscope stream is this? This is the 2-hour one with him walking the other night. It said a day ago, so I'm guessing it was 2 nights ago. And I said, let them come for me. She did. Because I was so nervous for her.
Oh my God, did you guys see the new Cheshire video? am I putting you to sleep? I'm gonna have to try that before we end the stream. I'm gonna have to try that then. Sorry, I can't wake up the neighbors. They'll be mad. I can't be loud. It's literally like you drop a pin out here, you're gonna hear it.
Charlotte, it's normally Steve's lot. They try and cause like people to, just like when people say, oh, I think I heard the other day that I spoke to Sherelle and I was like, I've never had 2 words, even 1 word. I've never spoken to the girl. Like, I've never once spoken to the girl.
Well, to your knowledge, she could have been on a soccer.
Oh yeah, she could have been on a soccer account, but I've never spoke to her.
Not directly, no. Divide and conquer.
Yeah. Sherelle said that Katie said it in a private chat. Where though? But that's the thing, like, with the world as it is, put the freaking evidence out. Like, Steve and all of them are all evidence. Put the fucking evidence out and just shut up. Joe, right, I can barely use my damn phone, but don't understand how Twitter works. Except I have a channel, make hate videos. Nope, and nope. I know, like, it's crazy.
What was I saying though? Oh, have you seen the new Cheshire vid? Oh my God. Cheshire says in a video that if Steve ever tried to sexually harass me or tried to say inappropriate things or exploit me, this is what she said.
Funk, that's funny.
If he ever tries to do that to me, no one would believe me if I told him. And she's being dead serious. She's being dead serious. And then she says, well, maybe Reds would. And I'm thinking, wow, what a fucking scary thing here. Because Sarah Michelle just did her video. And I meant to put it in the title that I was going to talk about it, but I want to react to it online. But Sarah Michelle did her video, and she has this massive, massive point that we've all made, that what Steve does, just like other pervy people like Steve, they try to attract certain women, and they try to create an atmosphere where if one woman, they try to push and prod the women around them. The leader.
In Perry's video, she said some white girl told her that she was hiring an attorney to pull all of that shit out. But that's the thing, like, never mind where that was, right? I swear, like, it would be out, whether it was a private chat or a live, but it's gone from, it was Discord, which Katie hadn't even got her own Discord server. Then it was an IG live. Then it was a private conversation, like, pick one. I think KJ said she's going to an attorney about Sherelle. Not sure how that went. Oh, I'm sure it'll. Sarah Michelle's video was amazing. It really was. She's really good, and I love her accent. I don't know where she's from, but I'm like, her accent is immense. I love it. Joe, they think I'm a yucky lady. At least you know I'm real and definitely not a yucky lady. Ignore them, beautiful. We all know. Brazil, I heard. Her accent is just freaking awesome. Yeah, I love Sarah's video. Do you want me to get the link for it, guys? Have everybody watched it, or do you want me to get the link? I can get the link for you. Yeah, it's craziness.
Of the little cult. They try to push and prod the women. And when one of the women stands up, right? One of the women stands up and says, look, you're making me uncomfortable. I'm married. They all dogpile. He gets all the simps and incels to dogpile on that one woman.
Oh.
And then then all the other women around know that obviously
Charlotte says, I've never caught Sherelle in a lie, but I agree. We need the evidence, especially for something like that, Charlotte. Like something like that, with the world as it is today, you know, to say something like that without showing the evidence is really scary. But I agree there, you know, and I don't know Sherelle, so I can't speak on her being honest or not honest or dishonest. I can't, because I don't watch her. I don't know her. I've never sort of had any conversations with her. But for this part, and the fact that, like, then she went on to Perry's channel and started spewing all of that, and like just like the things of her saying.
It was her saying white trash.
Yeah, it was like white trash and stuff. I don't like that. I don't. Just as much as I don't like the N-word and that race, I don't like it being the other way either. Why does it, you know what I'm saying? I always try to acknowledge everyone's feelings and express how I saw things, and I try to help. Elliot, you've never ever been any way that I've seen. You've always been super nice and super neutral. A lot like Patty, actually. You do try and keep your mind open. I'm glad my aim and hope to talk in chat comes through to you all. Joe, too funny thing is the person that did it, supposedly Katie supporter, tagged in an SM troll account. Why tag him if you support Katie? Setup. They do. They like making people question people's loyalties and stuff like that. Like, you know,
And
they do twist things. Hey, Trish, how are you, Butte? Charlotte, I have seen all those go back and forth with the stories of other topics. I don't know Sherelle either, but her own subs are saying she lied and she's coming unhinged. Yeah. She was trash in the Tracy interview. I don't watch her.
What? Okay. Then Sarah Michelle includes the other clip of him saying, I've asked all the women around me for permission. Now, I remember the one time I heard him. I don't think I was on the show, but I was listening. And I heard him say, I asked the women here around me for permission before I.
Okay, this is the thing, right? Adria's mum just said that. Am I saying it right? Andrea? Oh, Andrea. Sorry if I'm saying it wrong. She just said at same time though, the focus has to be on Sherelle. It's different now that it's about it and the person. So here's my question for you. Do you think SM set this up to take a little bit of the limelight off him so that Sherelle gets a bit of the hate and manipulated her into doing this story so because she said she wanted to back away?
Well, she said on a thing.
Well, she said, I tried to step away, but Steve wouldn't let me.
Yeah.
And like other people have said that, Britt has said that, Leslie have said that, I've said that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Katie doesn't even decide to watch that one. I was the one in this B is garbage. Hang on, I'm trying to catch up. Sorry. If I miss any comments, you can always retype them out if you want me to read them out. Yes, okay, thank you. Really cute. Wow, I didn't think it could affect her that badly. I have no bad feelings about Sherelle, but I think it's used and encouraged by her inner circle. Yeah. And I think she allows the boys to have a lot more say than they possibly should be. She could have done this series the correct way, not involve Steve. And that's another thing. Like I've said this all the way along. If she had an issue with Katie Joy, do a video. Do it. Get it the way. Get it your system, whatever. But the fact that she's bringing in somebody that's known as an abuser and giving him a platform and getting more and more people to hate. You know what I'm saying?
I talk to them like that. I get permission. He didn't say permission. What word did he say?
Consent.
He said, I get, you know what I'm saying? He said, I get permission before I talk to the women around me like that. And I'm thinking, you're an older guy. Consent. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I know that. I know that she's publicly said it. That's my point is, he says, I've gotten permission from all the women around me, right? And this story, he doesn't realize why this story is so fascinating, why it does have that, you know, when you watch a TV show or a movie, ones that suck. Ones that are good, you can show it to a bunch of people. And even if they don't like that kind of thing, they might say, that was a good show. This is a good show. And this is why. When you've got an older male.
I agree, Kitty. Kitty says, I think Sherelle should clean up her social media and delete the video she falsely accuses. Steve is, and Kayla says, Steve is a creep. I don't know why people would listen to him when he says, I feel uncomfortable when he talks on the camera. Couldn't imagine how I would feel if it was directed towards me. And that's the thing, like they want to say, well, it's not directed at you, you have no say. Like I don't watch him anymore, but when I did, on a number of occasions, I felt super uncomfortable that I would end up turning it off because I couldn't deal. Like I was like, I don't like it. I don't like how it makes me feel. I feel very, very uncomfortable. Do you think KR took it taking SM on a personal level? I don't know. If anyone is curious how to find out if he's being picked up, you can go online to it's public information. I genuinely love your spark and fire, Dove Kitty. I love Dove Kitty.
Right? Like, I'm not that old yet, but it won't be long before I'm old to a point. I probably am already there talking to 20-year-olds. I mean, Probably not. I mean, I'd say so.
I agree,
I'd say so.
Elliot.
But like, there is a point where you definitely look older, right? And you,
Kayla says, Joe, it upsets me when people say why you keep talking to Steve. If you don't like him, people are scared to stand up to him. He's hurt too many people. And he has, like, he goes through these people like there's no tomorrow, and he'll go through all these, like, trying to get that next step into another community. And you can bet your ass he said exactly the same things to us lot as he did to Sherelle. Do you know what I'm saying? There's nothing new in there. How long has this been going? It's weird hearing the start. I'm watching the comments. We've been going about an hour. Just start from now and then go back and watch the beginning bit. It's not really anything that you would miss from the beginning to now, Trish, if you want to just watch from now.
you mature, and you're like an elder to most people, and you act like one, because that's why there's such a stigma for like a 70-year-old or a 60-year-old dude dating a 20-year-old or a 25-year-old woman. There's a stigma there. It's not unheard of. I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm saying the reason why men hit on women to test the boundaries, so that if the woman responds, they might take it further, so they can start some type of relationship. That is the reason for the sexual banter, right?
Yeah, MD, it is, because I thought it was a good live and I wanted to share it. A lot of people haven't got Twitter or Periscope, and I honestly think this is the best live he's done. Like, honest to God, I can't even, like, I do, because there's a lot of information, but it's just him talking, and I like it. I have a love-hate relationship with Uni. He doesn't know who I am or anything, but he's an ass with good points. I say that all the time, Kayla. Like, I like watching Uni. I do. I like watching Uni. I don't really watch Katie, not for anything in particular. It's just I generally don't really watch anybody, to be honest. I think probably, like, I watch very few people that you guys watch, because I watch different things on night time. I sort of don't want to be watching all this kind of stuff, you know.
Right? What's the reason for the sexual banter if you know for a fact that the person you're talking to isn't going to accept because of an age gap? The only good other reason might be comedy, but you got to be really careful, right? Because the comedic thing is going to very easily turn into an uncomfortable situation, right? Yes, exactly. In one of his hangouts, he asked all of them, did you see the way Cheshire responded? She responded in a way that she looked scared. And when he first asked Manya doesn't seem like the kind of person who's ever had sex. It's like, she seems like a person, like a 40-year-old virgin. You ever seen that movie?
Like, I've said this about Manya before, like, a number of occasions. I feel sorry for her. Like, you know, this girl never drank or never swore before, or, you know, all of a sudden they're like, yeah, get drunk with us. Like, we'll watch you. You don't watch her when she turns the fucking camera off. She could be choking on her own freaking vomit. Like, come on now.
Manya's the female version, right? And so, combined with the fact that he propositioned, which I'm not saying he propositioned for sex, he propositioned them for this banter. He did. That's the definition. He propositioned them for the banter. The fact that he propositioned somebody like who never has talked sexual ever on the internet. Yeah, oh, for sure. Yeah, you usually say, excuse me, ladies, when you say even something slightly sexual, just to be respectful, because you don't, unless
100%. Everyone is always entitled to their beliefs around here. Like, 100. Oh, that's interesting. MD says on Rocklock community channel, he has the link to the Periscope. It's 2-3 posts back. I use that link. Could you get me the link, MD, if I quickly add you as a mod so you can put links? Would you do that for me?
Unless you've already started that kind of thing. So anyway, here's my thought process, and let me think this out, because I've never had to think this way. I'm a young dude. I've been in a relationship for so fucking long. I luckily will never have to date again. Thank God. I'm going to be with somebody, you know, till the day I croak.
I wouldn't like, let me add you as a mod and then you can put it up, because without being a mod, you can't, oh, hang on a minute. I'm going to have to do it from another way. Hang on a minute. Let me just do this. Without being a mod, you can't put a link. Let me add you. There we go. I've done it. Thank you so much. It just means that I got all these links then, and I can put them, I'll put them in the description as well. I wouldn't like it. Like, I wouldn't like him talking like that. And there's not that much age difference between me and SM, but I still wouldn't like it. I wouldn't like him talking like that to me. I'm sorry, I wouldn't.
Right? We're going to live together till we're old. We're going to be together. We've been together for a very long time. I'm happy. She's happy. Right? We feel like we've met the perfect soulmate type thing. You get me? We're lucky. One of the lucky ones. I'll never have to, but I want to, you know, if I put myself in that mindset, don't you make sure that you don't make, isn't that the whole thing about a creeper? Like, do we really need to get into these definitions here? Because isn't a creepy guy somebody who is older?
To be honest, I think Steve would be a half decent. Did you see him with his haircut before? He just, do you know why I put him down? What's that? Oh, I can't remember that. He was quite handsome though when he was in his youth, but he had like scary eyes. Like, I'm not even joking. He was handsome, but he had like those eyes. I don't know.
Or who is someone that okay, I don't think it's about age. You know what I think it's about? Oh, was it? Yeah, you might be right. I think you are. I haven't watched any of this stuff. You got to remember, I was streaming and then I called people. So I was doing my own presentations, and I wrote my presentations back then and did nightly written presentations followed by written live streams. Spent all day writing just to do that after creating videos. So I was just busy. Like, I didn't have a lot of time to pay attention. Any
question? Elliot says, question: did Steve stab any of the mods from Katie in the back? I don't know. I honestly don't know. Oh, let me go back to this bit a minute. Let me check. Oh, hang on. You didn't I didn't add you. Hang on. I'm doing it again. Why isn't it not adding you? MD is now a moderator of your channel. Try now. It should work. Speak. It's so weird. What does happiness say? They definitely had. Yeah, it was the eyes. He was a handsome man. Like, he genuinely was a handsome man. But it was his eyes. It was quite freaky. Thank you, MD. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you, babe. Yeah, it was literally just like the eyes was just freaky.
Anyway, though, okay. So why are there boundaries? Well, the boundaries don't exist because of age. The boundaries exist because you obviously aren't the type of person that they would ever talk like that to, ever, because you'd never be with them. Now, some people do that.
Thank you, MD. I appreciate
your help. Because they are attracted to each other, but they have a big gap of space. They're single, or they're...
Oh, good point, Real Housewife. She went over to Steve's side. She's on Steve's side now. You can keep us mod if you want. If you don't want to, though, I'll remove you. It's up to you, though, babe. If you want to be removed, I can remove you. But if you want to stay, that you can put links on, it's fine as well. Yeah, that is a good point. That is, Housewife, because she went from Katie's mod and then went and on 62 IQ's stream, remember? Brittany Campbell. Did she change her name? I haven't seen her lately. Oh, she did, but I can't remember what it was. Dang, man. Let me think about it. I'll think about it.
They're in a relationship where they either don't care to cheat or be that way, or, you get me, there's a normal excuse. Now, if the boundary is there because it is assumed, there's an assumption that the creepiness comes because if you're like completely different than the person would ever hook up with, there's no chance. What's with the sexual banter, right? So what becomes creepy and what doesn't? You could talk to someone about sex, sexual stuff. You could even talk about really crazy sexual stuff, and it wouldn't be sexual banter. Sexual banter is where somebody is experiencing the slightest bit of being turned on, sexual gratification by the conversation. Now, I'm saying somebody. Typically, it's both sides have the slightest bit, even if it's just imaginary. But now this is just what I'm assuming here. You guys can correct me if you think there's other parts that should be added, because I'm about to ask a question of all of you critical thinkers here. But that's true, Hi Guy, you're right. Now, so we've established that when people have sexual banter, it is a thing that is at least reciprocated slightly of a sexual nature, that you are saying what you're saying to them as you would, not be. You get me? So.
And that's the thing, like, I don't honestly feel like any man or woman, like, if they got that, what am I trying to say is, like, if they got that way of talking to each other, do it in private. You don't need to do it on a live stream. Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, yeah, because you are making other people feel uncomfortable. And it is definitely making people feel uncomfortable.
My point is, for him to continue, like, I can't tell you how there's not a single woman that gets up there that he doesn't have sexual banter with, right? So that's pretty bad, because I only have sexual banter with one woman. Now, I'm not single, so I get that single people may do that with people they bump into that they're trying to flirt with. But when you never have a chance with that person.
It's not just about SM, Classy Mum. He goes into everything on this live.
Right? And you say things like those clips, like where Steve kept pushing the disgusting, putting all of his penises together into Cheshire's mouth. And when they're talking like that, to me, there is an argument, not from a side of feminism or anything, just being fucking having manners. There's an argument that, do you think he did it with Sweet? I don't know. No, I don't think he's even had sex with Sweet ever. No, hell no.
Bear, we are just talking what Uni spoke about on his Periscope. It's not just Steve, he speaks about everything and everybody, what's going on, but it was such a good Periscope, I thought, and I didn't know until just recently that you could get it without a Twitter. So thankfully MD just helped us there, and I will put the link for his Periscope in the thing afterwards. You know, I'll do that afterwards. The word is respect, exactly.
Not at all. And I'm speaking not from viewership. I'm speaking from knowing him. I don't think he has. For one, if he did, he would have already alluded to it. He's that type of guy. He would have alluded to it a million times over. But why did Sweet stress to everybody many times that they are not together? They're not seeing each other, that they are just friends. So I think that's more than enough to tell us that, you know.
Yeah, I have a rescue. My poor doggy is, he has issues, but he's my asshole. He is my asshole. His Periscope also has all his previous YouTube streams. Oh, that's super interesting. Thank you, MD.
Sweet doesn't seem like, she doesn't seem dumb. It's only, did you ever get the feeling that certain people are acting that hang around him?
Oh, watch like people do was learned a new trick, pinning comments. I know, I just learned it literally just now.
Right? Because maybe they think they're never going to have a YouTube channel, so they're just acting. Anyway, back to the point, because I don't want to talk about this forever. Even though it is, you know, definitely worth a couple conversations. So back to what I was saying. To me, watching McCrae, people will say, "Why are you still talking about this shit?" Well, one, because it just ended, but two, because it shows it's stuff. These conversations.
The bitch knows me too well. That's the problem. Like, she knows me too well. She knows that this is just a new trick.
Are conversations that I've been on the YouTube for 4 or 5 years and never had to ever have, not even in the slightest. You see what I'm saying? I've been on different communities, like Dr. Lupo, Dr. Taryn Lupo. If you're not subscribed to Doc, he is amazing content creator since the beginning of YouTube. Doc Lupo had all kinds of people on, right? And I had people on Doc Lupo's channel who would join my Discord when I first made it. And we would talk all the time. I forget her name. We were such good friends. I forget her internet name, and I'm not saying her real name is what I mean. Anyway, nothing ever happened like that in this whole community. Now, I don't mind that it happens. Like, normally, you know, you compare the communities you're in to friend groups or to social groups. So I have never been in a social group where an older man continues to say those kind of things to younger women without being called out by the other men or other women. Never. The only reason I say other men, because in my experience in life, and I mean through the military, I mean through like real life, always there's a guy that'll speak up. And I've only had this happen such a handful of times that I can't even remember. You know? Yeah. Is it kind of like shock value? Well, I'll tell you what, if they were young,
I'm sorry, but that video with them all talking about like Chesh owing them all hand jobs and like, that's just gross. That seriously grosses me out. I'm sorry, classy ma'am. I won't put yours up. I promise. Yeah, I won't. I won't put any. I'm sorry.
Or if they were not young, if they were, or if Cheshire, or if the women were older, like more towards his age or younger, it wouldn't be as much of a shock, right? But I guess the thing is, it's not about that, right? Because if
Elliot said my husband would call him out. He say after laying about, yeah, you just don't disrespect. Like I grew up, my father was very, very old fashioned, like very, very old fashioned. And like my brothers wasn't even allowed to hit me. We weren't allowed to fight, like because boys don't hit girls, girls are respected, you know, mum was the queen, and you know, it is really it is really, really like, yeah, it's an old-fashioned way, but that's how we were brought up, you know.
we really have
Yeah,
to think
I'm
about
sorry,
it,
classy mum.
and these are things you never have to think about, but maybe you should. But it's not, you can't go around, like, you get arrested if you walk around asking women for sex, talking about blowjobs in public. You get arrested. It's called indecent behavior, whatever the hell it is. You get me? That's why it's such a stigmatic thing. And sure, as long as you got permission, you're good. But if they're people you don't know, you can't walk up to people on the street, meet them for a couple minutes, and start talking like that. That's exactly what has continued to happen repeatedly in this situation. So the reason we got in this line of talking is because I've been having people send me timestamps and links to these old streams. And now there's all these people going through these old streams, right? They're finding even more times that he's talked about his conversation with Katie. We now have him basically.
Miss Leah is very, very, very beautiful. She really is. She really is a beautiful woman. I love Miss Leah.
Well, not basically, like seriously, just, yeah, basically, but seriously, like,
but once again,
talking about the conversation and admitting that it happened and reacting to it and saying she shouldn't have been uncomfortable. I shouldn't have made her uncomfortable. And this happened a very long time ago on live streams. This completely vindicates Katie, because at some point he went from admitting to people that the conversation happened and that she shouldn't have felt uncomfortable, and it switched into what it is now. Okay? Now, I don't care who you are. Sarah Michelle did that video tonight. That's what I was getting into. And she made so many good points. This is what I always try to say. Like, this is why, and God forbid I say this name without people flipping on me, Anti-Ordinary is the very good content creator, because Anti-Ordinary also is someone in this community, just like Nate Brody, who looks at these situations and pulls out those points that everybody's thinking that need to be said, because they are the things that are responsible for all of us having the gut feeling or feeling like we do or getting whatever feeling, right? And Sarah's video, that's why I don't like that Anti's not making videos. I'm glad that Nate is. I wish other people would do more. And no, I'm not saying about Steve. I'm saying,
I agree. Although Anti-Ordinary could be freaking annoying, and she really is, and she kind of lost it towards the end, to be fair. But what she did when she did it was good. I just think I don't know whether she just like, yeah, like she was emotionally drained, but 100% like, and Sarah's video was absolutely brilliant. So good. Charlotte, I haven't changed my mind about either. Always UniRock fan. Never a Katie fan, but I also don't think she deserves to be harassed for a degree that Steve has done. And I'm with you. Like, I'm not a Katie supporter. I'm not a sub to her or anything like that, you know, but I can be, you know, I think we've actually both said it on one of Uni's lives. Like, we can both coexist and be adult about it. We don't need to go after each other. Do you know what I'm saying? I watch everyone. I like Joe's channel and Sammy follow some of this through here. I like certain creators. So basically, just appreciate everyone. I'm going to put that up. I like that one. That's a good one.
The community being criticized is probably like, when are we going to get actual back and forth criticism? You get me? As a woman, I have boundaries. People will treat you the way you allow them to. That's how it's supposed to be. Yeah. And when was the last time the real shady has been heard from? I wonder. It's because somebody's buying bots to knock us out of the stream. Well, I probably have a bad connection if you're talking about this stream, but I get the joke. I definitely get the joke.
I told Emmy that she pissed me off, which was hard to do, but that her voice is valid as anyone else's. I agree. I've had a run-in with Demi. Me and her's gone at it a little bit. She lied about me, and I had proof that it was a lie. But I just think she was just a bit too invested by the end. Like, you know, it was a bit too much for her. And she really did. I don't know. Is Cheshire Demi? No, Demi's a completely different girl. Demi's from the UK.
She probably knows what will happen if she does. Well, look, and here's the deal. Sarah, Michelle. Oh, I was making the point after Sarah's video. When are we going to get actual back and forth criticism? You get me? Because this is supposed to happen in communities. Guys, it's not supposed to be a one-sided thing where I make a video about a certain point, expressing a certain side, and the people that disagree go around in the internet and, you know, do their little fucking troll.
Motherfucker. At first I thought she had it coming to her, considering how hard she railed against Amber Portwood. But at some point, enough is enough, and that's where I've got to. Think it really is. Is where I've got to. How much more do you want us to go after this woman? Like, you know, if she'd done something dumb, I'm going to criticize her. Like, I can't. You know what I'm like. I can't keep my mouth shut. But it's got to be something that she's done, not something that we've already gone over like 6 months ago. Like, actually something she's done.
Game. It's supposed to be, you make a video, somebody responds. Then I can watch their video or pull pieces of it and respond back. And it can go back and forth until the end. You get me? That has happened over YouTube so many times. It's supposed to work like that. That's what I meant. And maybe I'm not good at speaking certain points I make. But if you remember, I was making an argument. Oh, okay. I'll have to check it out. But maybe... Oh, I see what you're saying. You were referring to Sweet. Okay, yeah. When I make an argument, sometimes I don't make them clearly. And that's what I was trying to say about how the criticism in this community is broken down.
Trish says, I stopped watching KJ after the Amber stuff, but... Oh, bugger, I've lost it. But I do watch her here and there. I agree, enough is enough. But I still go by the mentality, if you don't like someone, just don't watch them. But the hating them and keeping the drama going is not okay. I agree, Kia, 100%. Aussie Trish, I watch her here and there too. Just some stuff she really reaches, like the kale yesterday. I haven't watched anything about that. She will honestly appreciate hearing that, Elliot.
Because basically everybody makes their videos, but everybody agrees. Now, when one person disagrees, or when all these other people say they disagree, you do know why they don't respond.
when she does something about Sister Wives or the Goslings, I watch. Other than that, I don't really watch any of those. I'm not really interested in any of those, to be honest. But I do get how and why others do watch her.
You do know why. Oh, come on. What just happened? Oh, the thing just turned again. How did I fix that last time? Oh, that's right. I hit this button, and then I hit back twice. And then I hit, no, I don't want to. There we go. I fixed it. Okay. Now I know how to fix it when it does that. See, here's the deal. The other side knows they're wrong. It's just like Sherelle knew she was wrong. They can't respond like adults
Cindy,
in an actual video response. They can't put time and effort into the script and into the video. They can't just turn on their damn phone and record themselves or stream it. They have to use these sock accounts. And that is what's been exposed here. And it's been exposed before in this story, but lately it's been exposed. Like, we've got literally the networks tracking some of these accounts. We've got the networks tracking who is trying to fuck with people's channels. And the thing is, I think that the people doing this, they're pretty amateur, one, but they're also pretty, they're all, like, we just had a guy, and I'll talk.
I'm good, thank you, hon. Patty says, I actually talk to Demi every day, adopted daughter now, and I will actually pass on all your kind messages. That's nice of you, Patty. Tell her that a lot of people have been asking about her and just hope that she's doing well and just want her to be good. I think many YouTubers lie to think that oh my God, I think many YouTubers lie to think they don't dislike saying I'm a virgin. Yeah. Kathy says, oh, Patty, I tell Demi I do miss her.
Talk about him here. He made a video. Dapper Dino, you know who he is? Well, Dapper wants to white knight for Chesh. So he made a video where he is pretending to be a little like robot from Warhammer, and he's lying through the whole fucking thing. That's why they're doing it. If he did it as himself, even if he did it on a new channel and did it as Dapper Dino, they know that they have to get up there and bullshit and lie and misrepresent, and they don't want that attached to them on YouTube or their real person. So the only people that are making videos that actually respond, right, are masking themselves like this like Dapper Dino did when he recorded himself as the little robot guy and pretended to be the harrowing. But also, like, when you get these accounts out on Twitter that are there right now. You get me? So what we have is, where am I going? Oh, I know where I'm going. That's one of the main reasons why you don't get responses and this can't be handled. All these new things happen, and they get brought up. And the other side wants to respond, and they want to just take shots at the people just like they do on their sock accounts. But they can't. It's why they've all been staying so quiet. Reds hasn't been quiet through all this. He thinks he's slick, but he's not. And neither is Steve. They are on sock accounts. His buddies, Bull and all of them, they just log into sock accounts. How do you know? Take a look at their regular accounts. Look at when they go quiet for a little while. And then go look at what else is being said about the situation on weird accounts that have never weighed in before. Then those accounts just kind of peace out, ironically, right when the other it's like it's like they have multiple freaking personality disorder almost. You know what I'm saying? And you'd think we'd have more people doing what the harrowing is doing, but not lying the whole time. But now it makes sense. It makes perfect sense why this random, like, hidden channel that just pops up like a week or two ago or however long with just a couple, crap videos is not a real content. We don't have real content creators responding because the people responding are real content creators logged into sock accounts or trying to use them. Like Dapper Dino, he vocoded his voice and then used a pitch shifter. Now, if you listen to the vocal inflections, it's just like Gumby Joy Paulson. It's just like Gumby Joy. I'm not kidding. Go listen to that harrowing video and then go listen.
I don't know, everyone, if you watch that video, but if you listen, you can actually detect that it's the same person. People attack almost everyone's kids on social media, whether you're KJ or Farah. It's true. It's true.
Listen to Dapper Dino. And I hope somebody downloaded it because I have a feeling those videos might go bye-bye here soon after there's people working on actual videos to call out Dapper Dino. He makes dinosaur videos, but he has a history being friends with people.
Did he prove it? Did he? Is it on Twitter? Did he do the sound thing again? Because I know Keon proved that it was Matt on the Gumby. I've never heard her say he's non-verbal. No, he's been able to talk.
In this community is what I was told. It's definitely him. It has the exact same vocal inflections. Yeah, brand new accounts that have just been created in the last couple months. They all know every detail of what's going on. They don't commentate on anything else. They might retweet a couple things, or like with the harrowing, he might make a video about a video game like a month ago. Then all of a sudden they know every detail of what's going on and they give their opinion and upload a video. Sure. Right. Yeah. Oh no. Well, listen, I'm going to tell you right now, Chris is not a mystery. Chris is just somebody who got mad, left what Chris did to get people's attention. Chris left a comment saying that Steve was lying about her in the actual video that he did. And it was a video where Steve talked about somebody with a PhD. So everybody thought Chris was this person with a PhD, but it turned out Chris wasn't. So after everybody realized it was a case of mistaken identity, people stopped watching Chris's channel. And then all of a sudden, Chris comes in doing this with Sherelle and everybody else for no reason. Like it's fucking nuts. It's literally nuts. So Chris is just, best to, I would ignore Chris, honestly. Chris has no connection to the community and is just a random person who wandered in the algorithm one day and saw what happened, uploaded a response after her comments got noticed, and bam, here we are. The thing is,
and I think with Chris as well, she just wants to talk. She just wants to talk. I don't think it's anything else. I'm just trying to catch up. Sorry, I missed some of the... Exactly, Patty. If you're getting attacked, criticized, can't even breathe without someone talking about it. You can't trust and defend. I know I would. Yeah. I was convinced that it was Reds or Cheshire South, but after looking into today with UniRock, Dapper also posted the same game as Harrowing some topic. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Bubba, for putting the PayPal link up.
Sucked is everybody expected Chris's
if anyone wants
video
to donate to the channel,
to be about
you can
this
do
mistake,
through the
this
PayPal
thing that
link.
Steve said about this PhD, the first one, and everybody supported
Thank
Chris.
you.
Maybe like the most minor amount because Chris did just let him have it and just wrecked him. So that's what happened there. Oh, no, yeah. Thanks, Big Sky. I'll take a look sometime here soon. I haven't been checking my email lately because, I just get a lot of bullshit. And when I get bullshit in my email, I just close it and do other things. So, hey, when the bullshit stops coming in, I'll have more access to my email. But yeah, what has happened here is that this community definitely has a group of, you know, people that banded together that are sitting in the background, basically hating others. We are literally dealing with not a group that's trying to, you know, a group basically takes any YouTuber that commentates on what's going on and says, how dare you give your opinion on this? And they start trying to lie about that YouTuber, stalk the YouTuber, dox the YouTuber. It's happening to anyone. It literally is Steve's tactic and his friends, Red's Rhetoric, and all of them. It's why you'll see me so like much talk against it so much, but you'll never ever see Red's Rhetoric or any of the others talk against it. Do they ever go live and get angry and say, listen, I don't care if you hate them, you don't dox them, you don't do that, right?
That always, like, I wonder if like Bullinator and Reds actually do say something in the background to Steve, like, what the hell are you doing, like, oh my god, or are they scared of what the consequences would be if they do say something? Because we all know that, like, they got to know that what he's saying is wrong. Do you know what I'm saying? Louise says, are you talking about Anti-Ordinary? I'm sorry, I just joined, not seen a video for Demi in a while. Hope everything is okay. Louise, we were talking about Anti-Ordinary. Demi is okay. Patty speaks to her. She's doing nails and she's very happy and content. So that's all we can really... We will donate to your channel soon. Just have to do several cats fix. Oh, you're fine, babe. No problems. Nobody has to donate to the channels, just if you wish to. That's all.
You never see it because he knows people would stop. It would have an impact to stop it if he did that. What now? Well, it was that somebody said on one of your streams it was BSD. I don't know what BSD is. You'd have to like spell it out for me. I don't know what you're saying. I gotta switch hands. My hand's going numb.
Thank you.
This has turned into a long little walk.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, retype that for me, MW, because I didn't, you know, I can't tell what it was, what you were saying. So that like what we're left with here is this all dying down, right? I had an erased stream. Do what now? There's only one video I've taken down recently at all, and it was because Sean Hufford begged me to, and I did it as a favor to Sean. But I made Sean promise me that he would help me remake the video if they talked about that video. Oh, the brain. Oh, you're talking about Rock a lot. Oh.
Okay, so now he's going to come up and he's going to be talking about what happened on his stream just recently where somebody used the N-word. And I know a lot of you were asking about it and I didn't know anything about it. So again, this is another thing is why this video does come up. Like, you know.
Okay, so yeah, if you want me to talk about Brainy, yeah. Okay, so Brainy had a just blurb come out, and it was weird how it all happened. And it was against TOS, so I deleted it, of course. Yeah, if you're talking about Rock a lot, yeah, okay. I thought you were talking about my videos. You said video, I got it mixed up in my...
Real Housewife, do you need a PayPal account to send? If you send it to PayPal, I'm not sure if you send like via this or some the like super chats. I don't know, babe. Sorry, I'm shit with these.
My brain, okay. So Brainy said the N-word. Now he said it in a really weird way. So he was saying here's what Bino told me, because I couldn't really hear him. I heard mumble, 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 and then I heard the N-word. but I heard it in a really weird way. I heard the first part, and then I heard him stop, like he was like literally shocked that he started to say it live. It was like he was saying the F word, like, and he went, fuh, and then he went, whew, and made a noise, all right? That's what I heard. So when Brainy said it, I was about to kick Brainy off my show. I was about to ban him. I was about to, you know, like permaban Brainy and go to the main channel, UniRock 2, and actually do a video on it. But Brainy immediately started to say, dude,
I'm going to leave this run a minute because I need to go to have a wee. So I'm just going to leave this running, okay?
Sorry, I'm taking a new medication, and I was just saying a slang. I didn't mean to, you know, finish the sentence. He was trying to say, you'd have to ask everybody in the stream. He was saying a slang. He was saying, how you going to do me like that? But it was something that Chris Rock always said, or it was someone else, right? What now? There is a Periscope further back where Uni addresses it. Oh, yeah, you can watch it. I don't mind addressing it again at all. No, it's fine. If people don't know about it, I'll hook you up. Yeah, no biggie. I want everybody to know what happened. But this is the thing. You can't use this against me. There's no way to. I mean, sure, I could try. It's not going to do anything to me. It's just going to make Brainy look really bad. And so, you know, okay, let me get back to what I was saying, because that's the end of it. What I just said, that's like, you know, the end of the whole thing. Okay, rewind here. Okay, so Brainy said it. Now Bino says he was trying to say this Chris Rock or Dave Chappelle slang from one of his videos, because he just got shot by a raider, and it was a really like dirty, kind of nasty shot, right? So what, is Boomer in here or something? Why do you guys keep talking to Boomer? Is he in here? He's blocked on Periscope, so if he's in here harassing you guys, I can't see it. I can only see you guys. What I do is I block trolls, and then I just don't even see them.
I think to do a super chat, you don't need PayPal, but I'm not sure, babe. I'm absolutely useless with things like that.
So, anyway, though, yeah, Brainy said it. He was a, you know, person playing a video game with me. This shit happens a lot in the video game world. Hell, PewDiePie's done it. PewDiePie himself. PewDiePie, it wasn't that PewDiePie had somebody on his stream that did it. PewDiePie did it, right? So Brainy said something. He has his response for it, right? I directed people where to go. I literally penalized Brainy for it. If you notice, Brainy only was on my stream one time since then, and it was because he clicked into the room and just joined. So I just said, fuck it. I'll give him a shot. So here's Brainy's excuse. Now, I'm not speaking for him. I'm just telling you what he said on his community tab and what he said as a response. He's been given this new medication. You know that him and his wife.
I think the thing is as well, like, I'm just going to sort of reiterate what Abdi and all said there, happiness. Like, whether you dislike Katie, like Katie, love Katie, or whatever the in-betweens, right? I think on the most part, people can sit down and go, whoa, this has been going on way too long. This is, you know, this is a lot. And she's had to, like, just by me personally, like, I can only go by me. I gave that woman so much shit for those screenshots. Like, I did. I went friggin' hard. And I know that I can be a super bitch. Like, I can be really nasty and I'll go low. Like, I can, and I know that about me. And just from me alone, she had a huge amount of shit, let alone everybody else that was going after her as well. Do you know what I mean? So just from them alone, just from those fake screenshots, she had so much. Real Housewife, $20. Thank you, Joe. Oh, thank you so much, Real Housewife. I appreciate it. So it's just, you know, the fact, and that is so many, like, not just me, but there's so many people went after her for something that she did not do. She did not make those screenshots. She did not say those screenshots. Do you know what I'm saying? Really, Joe? You go now. Shut up, you.
He talks about it every stream he comes into.
Thank
our
you
stream.
so much,
And him and his
Real
wife were having issues, and they were splitting up. But he had talked his wife to stay. One thing that he did was go get therapy with her, and the doctor gave him a bunch of new medications, one of them being very potent.
Yeah, I just think, like, she had a lot of shit, especially from me. I think pretty much every day I did 1 to 2 videos, sometimes 3 or 4 videos, bitching, big time bitching, not even like a little bit of a bitch. I was full on calling her from every name possible under the sun, like, you know. Even though I still don't like how she replied, I get why she replied that way, but she didn't believe that, like, it was saying. But everyone knows that they're fake. Everyone knows now they're fake. Whether people still want to go on there, well, we don't know for sure if they're fake. Nobody's come this time, like, you know, nobody, all these months, still nobody has come about those screenshots that they're fake. Bye, Miss Leah. Have a great day.
Very, very strong, like hardcore strong medication. Now, Brainy has...
And Charlotte, that's perfectly okay, babe. Like, everyone's allowed to have their dislikes and their likes and who they want to watch and who they don't want to watch. Do you know what I mean? It was just for me personally. I went super hard for this girl, and I'm never gonna be a Katie fan. I'm not. You know, I think we've come to a happy medium that we can be civil to each other if we're in the same chats. You know, as much as you know. We just I think we're both too strong of women, to be honest. I will have a look for you now, babe. I think we're too strong of women. So for me and Katie to be friends, I honestly think that we would end up having a fight after a week, because we are so, I think we're too strong of people. Thank you, Kayla. I gotta accept it, so it's fine. I'll accept it now. Thank you so much.
Literal diagnosed mental disorders. He does. He's told me this before this happened, and he was explaining it to me as if, you know, that was why this happened. Now, I'm not telling you that. I'm not making an excuse for Brainy. And I'm not telling you that. I'm telling you that immediately when it happened, I shut down everything and went to kick Brainy.
And I don't know about this one with Brainy and stuff, what happened and stuff like that. But I do know, like, Carl's brother he's a manic depressant. When before his medication was on an even keel, he would say a lot of things that he absolutely didn't mean. Do you know what I mean? B-Money, yes, she did.
Penalized Brainy. Had a long talk with him, right? I deleted it because it was TOS, but I didn't hide it from anybody. I told everybody what happened. Now, the only thing is, there is information you don't know, and it's why I don't mind talking about it. So
I love you, Kayla.
My hubby takes meds for bipolar, so a new med can get you off whack big time. Well, it's not even bipolar, Brainy. I'm not going to tell you what Brainy has because it's not my place. And plus, he's never said this live on stream, so I would be wrong to do it. But he has very severe mental disorder that's being treated with very severe medication. And that was his,
I think it says, I have bipolar, manic depression type 1, and Brainy behave that impulsive control. It's hard when you're unwell and or on new meds. Yeah, that's what, yes, I just say it. Thank you. I just accepted it. Thank you so much. Yeah, and it is when like Grant, Carl's brother, is a manic depressant, and now he's on like lithium, so he's on an even keel. But when he wasn't, and trying to find the right amount, not just the right meds, you have to find the right amount of meds. It can be super, super hard. So I just don't feel we can like crush someone for saying a word when he probably doesn't even remember saying it, especially with new meds, like, you know. Thank you, Kayla. I love you. Andy, she was nasty to me on Twitter and in some people's streams. I used to like her, then I just started seeing red flags and lies. I really have nothing to do with Steve. And that's okay. That's perfectly okay, Charlotte. Like, you're allowed your opinion, you know what I'm saying? And you know, there's a difference between disliking her for something and going after her.
Response. Now, every one of you gets to make up your mind how you feel about it. To respect all of you, I told Brainy he couldn't be on my streams anymore, and that before he came on, we'd have to talk.
I'm so glad that you're stable, Elliot.
A good amount of time after it happened, and I didn't kick him out, and it seemed to go okay. But we've kept it. I literally talked to him afterwards and let him know, hey, you can't come back yet, man. You got to give it time. You got to earn everybody's trust. You know, because.
No, I know you wouldn't, Charlotte. And that's the thing. Like, I have no issues with the people on Reddit. You know, that little, like, Without a Crystal Ball group on Reddit. Because they just bitch and have their little moan about her. I don't have any issues with that. I really don't. And even if Sherelle had just gone and done a video on her, I wouldn't have cared. Like, everyone's entitled to their opinions. What drives me nuts is that Steve has got back around to getting another community involved and making up crap and still going after her. If you're comfortable with Jessie Bear, can you send a message through her?
People are allowed to say what they want, right? Hell, even Sherelle and Perry forgave Chris just hours after she said a bunch of actual slurs, actual racist speech that she did. She said,
Dove Kitty says, Brainy can drive you nuts watching him play. He is not a bad guy. Obviously, he just had a medical condition. And that's the thing. I don't think we should judge just something like that, you know, because I know from my brother-in-law and Elliot's Web will agree as well, you know, with being bipolar and a manic depressant, these words just flumble out of their mouths. They don't take into account like what the consequences or necessarily what's even coming out of their mouth in the beginning.
That actual racist speech, and I've denounced it a million times over. So they'll forgive somebody who says it. I literally have penalized somebody who didn't use any type of racist talk. He said a word. He said a very, you know, bad word, very racist word, but he didn't, you know, he didn't make racist, you know, sentences or thought processes. He said a word as a slang. Now, again, it's his response. You make up your mind how you feel about it. But here's the new info. Let me see your comments before I give them the new info. You think you might have overreacted, but I understand on your end. No, and listen. Hi, guy. Look, my thing is, the only thing I care about is that, like, if Brainy wants to talk like that, if anybody wants to talk like that using slang, that's their decision. That's not on me. It's not up to me to even, it's only up to me how I feel about it. And then I get to choose whether I criticize them, call them out, don't care, whether I care and ignore them. You see what I'm saying?
I will definitely be ordering coffee, Kayla, because I've nearly run out of all the coffees.
You get me?
It's bad. I drink too much coffee, guys.
Now, here's what my response was to Brainy. When it first happened, I said, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about the medication thing and the mental disorder thing.
I don't hate her. I just don't like her, and that's okay, babe. Lots of people don't like. I'm not a huge fan. I do watch now and again with stuff, but I also don't hate her or don't dislike her. I think probably we're pretty much like too het up to be anywhere near friends or even acquaintances at this point. And there's a lot gone under the bridge, from both sides, and we've both apologized for that. And I just hope that it can like stick to just moving forward. As much as she doesn't need me as a friend, I don't need her as a friend, but we can be adult enough if we're in the same if we're in Uni's chat, she'll say hi Joe and I'll be like, hi love, how are you, that kind of thing. But if we can stick to that, that's going to make me dead happy.
Talking to people, there is a streamer named Sweet Anita. Okay, Sweet Anita, you can look her up, and she says the N-word all the time, and she's just as white as Brainy. She's just like Brainy. Okay, same. Kayla,
that was a different one. That was Steve's lot who did that. As soon as the actual Reddit themselves, the admins of that one, they freaked out. Like they wouldn't have allowed that, but that was Steve's trying to close their down, so only his would stand. I'm 65. It gets easier as you get older, Elliot and Bubba, but I did start antidepressants just recently for the first time in 20 years. I take antidepressants and anxiety meds and stuff. I'm not going to lie about it. I do suffer with that. Do you know what I mean?
Situation is Brainy, okay, in saying it. Sweet Anita says it all the time, but she has a mental disorder that makes her literally not be able to control what she says and takes hardcore medication for it that, again, just like Brainy, didn't work. This is one reason why I will let Brainy back on my stream. I will. I don't want Brainy I want Brainy to be himself.
MD says, hang on, let me put it up. Hey, She-Wolf. MD says, I've seen some of your comments regarding Sherelle's false rumors of Katie, etc. Do you feel she's doing it right? It's obviously she is conducting a smear campaign. Definitely not. I think she is. If there was evidence of that, she would put it out for starters, and there's no way. But I think she's trying to use the hate that's going on in the world right now to try and get others to hate on Katie for another bullshit reason like Steve McRae does.
I want everybody to be themselves, and I want everybody to, be happy with who they are and do what they're going to do.
Joe, I'm not criticizing you, but you know that you having said that you take meds, there will now be a video made about that, and that's okay. I'm not going to be ashamed of having depression or anxiety. It's a part of my life. It's a thing that I have to deal with on a daily basis, and that's shame on them if they'd like to use that. Do you know what I mean? But I'm not going to be embarrassed about having to be on medication to help me. Prescribed antidepressants and anxiety medicine to help me get through my day. And if they do use that, then that shows more about them than me. I'd rather stand up and say with my head held high, yes, I need to take antidepressants because I am not dealing very well right now, and that's okay for somebody,
do and let people make up their mind whether they support them or not. That's supposed to be life. That's fair.
Thank you, baby.
This society we live in now, where people are saying, hey, I get to deem what hate speech is or what criticism is or what comedy is. I make that line and I impose it on you, is the opposite of freedom. It's the opposite of what is right. It's the opposite of what is good. It is controlling other people. It really is, by logical definition. Now, I'm not saying that YouTube should allow certain things, but YouTube does allow it. If you go to YouTube, it's allowed on their platform to an extent. I'm a partner. I'm not just a random channel. See, when I reacted like I did for Brainy, I did it because he disrespected my partnership with YouTube on my stream, and I have to impose a penalty on him for it.
Elliot's Web says, if they say shit about you having depression, they are truly pieces of shit. And here I am waving at you. I'm putting that up. I don't care. Like, to be honest, they can, if they want to go down that and be like, oh my God, Jo was on medication because of her depression and anxiety. I just let them carry on. They obviously need something to talk about because that's pretty sad.
Right. I haven't made up my mind what that penalty is. I'm not saying it's permanent. I'm not saying it's not. It could be. These are things I have to think out because Brainy did provably, if this wasn't true, what I'm about to say, then it would be a different story. Brainy can't stop talking. And when he talks, he doesn't even talk about what we're talking about sometimes. Brainy does legit have a mental disorder that makes him ramble. If you have heard Brainy talk on my streams and you think he's making that shit up, he deserves a fucking Oscar. Now, I'm not hating on Brainy. I try everything to get it to work with him before this thing happened. And I'm still going to let Brainy on my streams. Brainy is still my friend, even if he said a fucking word. I'm just telling you. Now, if Brainy acted racist, then that would be a different story. But my point is, whether or not each person looks at what's going on with him and decides that Brainy's response is good enough is up to each person. And if somebody says to me, I'm not watching the stream if you ever have Brainy back, then I'll, I
wanted to go over that actually. Who just said, yeah, happiness. I saw the comments about Jo and the morphine. I had that flu or wherever it was. Oh my God, it nearly freaking killed me. But with that flu, I got a infection in my lung. Girls, I'm not even joking. It was the most painful thing I've ever been through in my life. It was awful. I still actually got some of it left. I didn't finish it. They gave it to me to try and help me through those couple of weeks. Like, who cares? I had pain and I take pain medicine. They gave it to me because they thought I needed it. And it helped. Oh my God, it helped. I couldn't even sit on the chair for more than what, babe?
5 minutes.
And it was hurting so bad. It's just craziness to even think that, MD said, I heard the same, happiness. I don't know if Jo uses pain meds, but she don't. If she did, it would be for pain and not for addiction. Yeah, I still have some of the bottle left, MD. I literally do. I still have some of the bottle left that they gave me. I just used it when I absolutely, literally had to. And I haven't used it. It's still in the drawer. I haven't used even the last of it. I'll keep it there just in case, but I doubt I'll need it. And I take main pain meds every day anyway. And they probably had to give me the morphine because of the pain meds I'm already on. And I don't abuse my pain meds at all. In fact, I actually take less than I'm allowed to take. But if they want to talk about it, let them.
I respect their decision. Again, I'm not saying he's coming back and I'm not saying he's not. But I believe Brainy has a mental disorder. Damn it, I just rotated that damn screen again. There, I fixed it. Yeah, it was really recent. I believe he has a mental disorder because I
take pain meds every day and antidepressants. Kathy, me too. Those type of drugs are dispensed much differently in the UK to the USA. Yeah, like I couldn't go to the doctors tomorrow and go, just give me more morphine because I want it. But because that pain was so friggin' bad, well, you all seen me, you all seen the state of me. I was sick, man. I was so sick.
They gave it to you when you left the hospital.
They gave it to me when I left the hospital. It was, oh my God, I was so sick. It was awful.
Was driven crazy by the fucker. This sounds bad saying it, but it's true. So I'm gonna tell you, I was driven crazy by him for months dealing with his disorder, but I dealt with it because I'm his friend, and I'll continue to deal with it. Now, as long as he's being honest that this disorder he has an effect like that, then I'm not going to hold it over his head.
Those people using your background to try and hurt you, and Katie was disgusting. And I'm still really thankful for Katie not sharing that. She could have used that and run with it, but she didn't, you know. And for somebody to think that my child abuse is something to have a little gathering and laugh about.
Shows more about them.
It shows a lot about them, actually.
And if they think it's calm,
my question is, if somebody is taking meds, how does that affect anyone else's life, or are they talked about it? Exactly. Like, I think if I was abusing my medication, would I be able to function like this? Surely not. Like, it's just incredible.
I don't hold it against Sweet Anita, who has a Tourette's. Yeah. But you get what I'm saying? So my point is, I'm not defending Brainy by telling you what happened. And I'm not defending him by telling you that I believe he does have a mental disorder. And I am not defending Brainy by saying I have to look into it and make sure that he's being honest, that the mental disorder causes this, before I let him back on the stream. As long as he goes to his doctor, that's the deal I made with Brainy. Once he told me this, I said, if that's the case and this happens, then and it does make sense. If you go watch the old streams with Brainy, he fucking brings up some psycho shit right in the middle of a gunfight. Right when we're like, Brainy, we're getting shot at, be quiet. We need to hear the footsteps and the gunfire so we can return fire so that you don't die, my guy. He'll literally be like, pancake, peanut butter, doo-doo, boo-boo. Go back and watch my streams and see if right in the middle of a gunfight. It's funny. Oh, you need to watch these That's why it's so good. That's why people love watching Brainy on my streams. I just got lost. I swear to God, I just got lost. I have no clue how to get home. I walk too much. No, but that's why it's so funny, because me and Bino and BCP and anyone else that's there, a lot of times Navy hangs with us at the end of the night too. And by the way, if you're in my Discord and you want to jump in the gaming room while we're streaming, you know you're welcome to. I'm just letting you know. As long as you're somebody who I communicate with regularly, I don't mind.
My psychiatrist gives me medicine, keeps me well for all those around us. I live with chronic pain, and it's truly terrible life at times. It doesn't affect anyone else. Only nasty people would say otherwise. Friggin' man. Like, nobody knows, unless you live with chronic pain, like, nobody knows, like, what you do on a daily basis and how much of a struggle it is just to do the basic of stuff, like just to put a beat of washing on, or just to run the hoover around. Like, this is going to sound really, really dumb, but like today and yesterday, I was super excited because I could open my own Lucozade bottles. Like, that's how I have no strength in my arms, so generally I can't open my own Lucozade bottles, or I can't, if I had like a bottle of soda, I can't open it. So I always have to get Carl to do it. But I've managed to do it, haven't I, for 2 days. And I was just like, boom, yes, I was so excited. Has Britt just come in? Hey, Britt, I didn't see you come in. Sorry, girl.
If you're a new person in my Discord, then no, but there are no new people right now. It's closed. Because of the threats out there. Once the threats go away, we'll open it back up. But anyway, that's what makes those Tarkov streams so good, because it's something that entertains you while we're gaming. It's entertaining to watch us get. It's entertaining to see me and Bino be like, okay, Brainy, shut up. We're getting shot at. and then like me get killed, and then I'll be like, oh, thanks, Brandy, you just got me killed. And I get real frustrated. It's the only game that makes you that way. And that's why it's so funny to watch like us get like crazy over this game, because Brainy's.
Cute says, I hear you, Joe. Today my fibromyalgia is good. I'm doing laundry, dusting, and when I do it, I feel good. It is, because when you live with chronic pain, you really don't, like people who don't understand just those little things. Even just like standing to wash up, to do the dishes is a huge chore. Like it is, because it'll hurt my legs, my arms will start hurting, but I carry on. Elliot, you're the same. I'm 43 this year, so the same.
Issue, it adds to it. It makes it good. I love Brainy, and I love him on my streams. I'll defend him till the end of time. Do I get fucking pissed at him? Do I want to fucking just like shoot? Do I want to, in the game, kill his character when he gets all crazy in the middle of a fight? Do I just want to shoot his character? Yes, I do. Sometimes. Now, the problem is, I know due to
We
the
hear you,
amount of time
Elliot.
I've
I
spent
feel
with
like
Brainy
that some
he does
days
have
as
this
well.
disorder, but here's the
And
difference
Aussie
with Brainy.
Trish says fibro
You know,
is horrendous.
I don't know if
it
you've
really
met a lot
is.
of people with mental disorders, but Brainy is a certain kind of person with the mental disorder. And he's the kind of person who worries constantly that his mental disorder is going to impose on other people. And personally, I think that is bullshit, that should have to happen. And I try to do everything in my power, even yelling at him sometimes, you know, to make sure Brainy knows, like, you know, that we don't feel like he has to feel self-conscious around us, because we're not going to judge him for anything. All of us have issues. We all have depression. We all have anxiety. Some of us have even more, like, worse.
I don't tend to watch the gaming because I'm too old. Like I literally am like, I can't do it. I can't. But I do stay and have a chat sometimes, depending on how tired I am and like if I'm ready to go to sleep. But yeah, or if I've woken up.
Problems in that. You know, like that's the thing. A lot of people, like, have you ever heard Keemstar? He'll say, mental disorders don't exist. Well, technically, you're right. In the same way that mathematics doesn't exist.
MD says, I don't want to tell my personal story online, and needless to say, it's been a journey. And while I am better than I was, it still goes on. We love you, MD, and we're going to send lots of healing prayers and thoughts your way.
Mental disorders don't exist, but mathematics does exist, and so do mental disorders. And here's how you know, scientifically speaking. Mathematics is a descriptor. It describes numbers of things. It describes how they interact, and it describes literally how everything that obeys the mathematical laws will react in an equation in nature. And mental disorders, there is a healthy mind. There is a way to have a healthy mind with healthy behaviors, where you're not obsessive over certain things, where you're not avoiding certain things completely, and where you live a normal life. Just like mathematics, mental disorders, or the science of mental disorders, classification of them and treatment of them, is literally a descriptor of the behavior that is not normal, that can be helped, solved, and fixed with the right equation of treatment, just like mathematics.
MD put chronic pain warriors. And then Cute put, oh my God, MD is blue. I needed MD to give me the links. But you don't have to stay blue. I can take it off if you want to. It's not a problem. It's fine if you want to be taken off. She was helping me to get links.
And whether you believe in it or not, it works and it's true because I've been through it. When I got out of Iraq and I got home, I started sneezing. Listen to this. I started sneezing. And after I'd sneeze, my hands would go numb and I would think I was having a heart attack. I thought I damaged my heart because I felt this big pressure in my chest when I sneezed, like all of us do. But then I would get radiating pain and my hands would go numb. I went to a doctor, saw the doctor, got treated by the doctor, and it wasn't my heart. It was some kind of like PTSD or some shit, right? But my point is, the doctor immediately knew what was going on after they did an EKG and found out that it wasn't physical and helped me resolve it and fix it. And I haven't had it happen.
I will do it, MD. I'll have to do it after now, okay? So you just have to stay blue for today. But I'll do it all after.
Makes sense. Well, I haven't had it happen in a long time, okay? Now, I know everybody has their own opinion, and I'm not saying that mental treatments aren't a crutch, because they are, just like mathematics is a crutch. We should all be smart enough to crunch numbers in our head, understand formula and equations, and memorize them to a point where we get reality. But reality is complicated, and you got to use math so that you can figure out what happens.
Thanks, MD.
When these forces interact and when you start counting.
The link MD just put up, guys, is to this video if you wanted to just go and listen to it without me waffling on. But when I started, I didn't know that you could go to Periscope without a Twitter. So, and I know a lot don't have Twitter, so I thought I was doing, but then MD said that we could, but I didn't know. But MD helped get the link and stuff for us.
Or subtracting or dividing. And when you have something going on in your mind and you start to get depressed, when you start to lose sleep, when you become like an insomniac, when you have Brainy's issue where you get really worried and hyper at the same time, when you get nervous, I don't even know what he has. I don't, like, he's told me, I just don't know how to even say it. But, you know, in that same way, you know, we have to, you can either try to understand the issue and find a resolution or not. And that's why Brainy, in my opinion, is different than most people with a mental disorder, because he doesn't fight it like I did. When I would go to my doctor and he'd be like, "It's not your heart," I'd cuss the dude out. And he was he was a lot higher of a rank than me. I would cuss the dude out and be like, "You're crazy. PTSD doesn't do this shit. It's physical. I can feel it." You get me? And, you know, Brainy's not like that. Brainy knows he has that issue, and he wants to change his behavior.
I literally feel sorry for that Brainy, like, that he doesn't even probably, like, it's not a racist thing. It was just, I think he was probably just trying to be funny or something, you know, because he was saying a word, phrase that Chris Rock, I think, or something like that says.
Oh, okay.
And I think he just didn't realize it. I use Periscope to listen to everyone, search the user, etc. UniRock. You can follow them there. By the way, MD, I'm the creepy gamer in Uni's chat. The men and women who went to Iraq and Afghanistan dealt with a lot of things, and much love to the military. I agree, girl.
To make it better, right? And he tries his damnedest, dude. Like, it's literally kind of like, it's something you can admire about him, because he cares that much about everybody around him that he wants to make it work. He wants to, you know what I'm saying? You get me. So anyway, back to Brainy saying the N-word on a stream. I find that if anybody would use that against him, they're just spitting.
Trish, me too.
In the face of everything I just described, and it was just be ridiculous. Yes, he's very self-conscious. Exactly. Yeah, we cannot control our brain chemistry. Exactly. It's why we have medication. If we could control our brain chemistry, we wouldn't need medication. We could just think certain thoughts to release certain chemicals, you know. Well, yeah, things have worked out for Brainy. Things have. The way we've handled it is I told Brainy to do what he wanted to do, and Brainy literally immediately left the Discord. He didn't leave it. He just logged out and went to his channel, told his audience what happened. He told everybody. He got a hold of the other YouTubers that he talks to, told them what happened, right? And yeah, so that's my point. Just like PewDiePie. PewDiePie said the N-word, right? While streaming. Out of nowhere. It was crazy, too. Because, like, you could tell, like, I could be wrong, but you could tell that PewDiePie might use that word to be funny sometimes, but I don't think he used it all the time, and I think he shocked himself, right? But PewDiePie's still the biggest streamer out there. Here's my point. Using a certain word doesn't make you a racist. Saying a certain word doesn't make you hateful. It's your actions. It is the thoughts that you give out. Saying a word doesn't dictate the thoughts that you have in your mind. Hell, right now you could say elephant. You know what I'm saying? You could just say apricot. It doesn't mean that you want to go assassinate every elephant. But what I'm saying is when people, that's why I made that point in the content nuke. Sherelle was being very hateful to me. She probably knows a lot of people that are overweight. She thought that calling me overweight would hurt my feelings or something. So she did it. Right? It was just...
I kind of don't get that, though, why Sherelle called him fat. I don't even think Uni's fat.
It's childish.
Yeah, I don't get it.
It's just trying to...
I'm back. Did I miss much? No, babe. We're just still going through the video.
Her trying to express a hatred at me.
Hopefully it's not much longer.
Express her anger. It was her trying to be demeaning, trying to hurt my feelings, right? That, in my opinion, is not hate. It's the beginning of hate. You get me? I think that studying these different situations that have happened to all of us in the last year, it shows you the wrong way to go. No, she definitely lost her fucking marbles. She did. She dropped those marbles down into a damn sewer grate.
How can we make our brain
like you can't even get them out. Like if you tried to reach down, it's too deep to get them. She called her lawyer the N-word.
Like none of us wake up in the morning and go, "Oh my God, I'm just going to decide to be depressed today. I'm just going to decide to cry all day. I'm just going to decide that I just can't even function." Like nobody in their right minds would think like that, you know. But sometimes there's days that I don't want to get up out of bed. I don't want to go and brush my teeth. I don't want to eat. I don't want to cook. I don't want to clean. I don't want to do anything. I want everybody to leave me the fuck alone and let me hibernate in my little fucking corner and let me get over myself. You know? Dub Kitty says, lol, I don't think Uni looks fat. I don't either. I think Sherelle is just very angry. I agree with that, Charlotte. This is awesome listening to. I like Uni, but love him for this. Yes, this, honest to God, this is the best stream. I couldn't even go to sleep earlier because I just wanted to listen to what he had to say. And for me, that makes a good stream.
You gotta be kidding me.
I just hope he's not mad at me.
But anyway, to continue what I'm saying, this is why like these weird things happening in the last year, these are things that never happen, guys. Okay? This is what I mean by Guinness Book of World Records. Like I have no other way to describe it. Like it is record setting or it is like new. It is like when you talk about the first YouTube restraining order between strangers. And they pretty much are strangers. Yeah, they both can admit that they were only barely acquaintances twice, 3 times, whatever. 2020 is definitely Weirdo World. What do you think happens when you take 2017, 2018, and 2019 and smash them all together into a new...
Coot says, and you know what? If uni was fat, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? We all are different sizes. How much of a boring world would it be, guys, if we were all the same height, the same size boobs, the same size butt, the same size shoes, same hair color, same eye color? Crap, man, that would be a boring fucking world, wouldn't it? Like, seriously. That would be a really, really, really boring world. I love these long talks into the stars. Honestly, I think this is, for me personally, I don't know about you guys, but for me personally, this is the best stream that I've been listened to of unis. I really enjoyed listening to it the first time, and I'm enjoying listening to it the second time.
Decade. It is our job, guys, and we've been doing this all throughout the worst of times. We pushed through 2017 and 2018 and 2019. We represented logic. We represented all the good things we could. We called out bullshit, but at the same time tried to give, did I not try to give people an out in every single situation?
I tell you something, right? I've been both. I've been very, very, very skinny, like unhealthy skinny, and I've been bigger. I'm very comfortable with my size as I am now. Like, I'm a comfortable 14, 16 UK size. I'm tall, so I carry it differently. But I'm more comfortable being this size than I ever was being super skinny, like genuinely.
Situation that I've gotten into. I've tried to be forgiving and give people an out, explain to them where they're wrong, help them fix it in every situation that got bad. Now, in many of the situations, it diffused itself. Like, could you imagine if Brainy just started attacking me every day after that happened on my stream, right? That would be like a Steve McRae thing to do. If Brainy was Steve, he would be attacking me every day. He'd be going at me like crazy, right? Oh, yeah, you can tell that Sherelle has somebody telling her all this shit. You can tell. Somebody's literally calling her up on the phone like, UniRock hacked your YouTube. And then she goes live and says, UniRock hacked my YouTube. She is being puppeteered. She is literally being fucking puppeteered. Who would puppeteer Sherelle? Who knows Sherelle, who hates me and Katie, who always lies about everything that happens and tries to take everything that they get accused of and throw it at me and Katie? You know? Look, guys, we have our own problems as it is. Oh, I know. I'm just going to give it all away. Here you go. Take everything I've got on YouTube so that I can hack Sherelle. I don't even know how to hack Sherelle. I don't think you can do what she claimed. No, you can't. You can't make somebody have less viewers on YouTube by hacking them. It's why I did that joke where I changed my title to Sherelle Hacked My Brain is Controlling What I Say. That was the title of one of my last streams. Sherelle has hacked my brain and is controlling everything I say. That's funny. Comedy. It's the only way to deal with this shit.
Laggy says, curious, how easy is it to hack someone's YouTube? I would think it would be dead hard. Like, I don't know. As you all know, I'm not that great on computers, but I wouldn't imagine it would be easy, because otherwise, like, people with millions of subs could get hacked really easy, and then they could get all the proceeds from. Do you know what I'm saying? I just can't imagine it being that easy. I wouldn't think so.
She started to threaten them, then said she didn't. No, yeah. If you watch Chris and you give her a view, she's never going to stop, guys. You're going to create a monster. I'm just telling you, click her videos, you're going to create a monster. I'm not telling you not to. Look, what we do is talk about YouTube monsters when they appear. You get me?
MD says, why would anybody waste their money on buying bots for another person's channel or hack them? What would that accomplish? Nothing. That's the point. Like, I don't see it. I don't, honestly. I can't imagine it being easy to start with. Like, I can't. But I also, like, well, I don't know. Just seem, and there's no way. I'm a cheapskate anyway, so it's probably like worse for me. I wouldn't buy fucking subs for my own channel, so I'm certainly not going to fucking buy subs for yours. Are you crazy? I'm a cheapskate.
Look, going into 2020.
Bye, Hoots. I'll talk to you later. I'll message you after.
I haven't even explained to you guys how YouTube works. You get me? And I'm going to give you a quick little provable thing. And I'm going to end it with this because I'm almost home. Listen, I haven't even given you guys the worst part of this story. And I hope you're ready because I'm about to give it to you. Back in 2017, something big happened at the end of the year and it blew up my channel. And I'd been on YouTube for like a year or something, or a year and a half before this happened. So back in 2017, my channels blew up because of a trend I was talking about, and I was debunking it. Going into 2018, I had proved what happened, and it started the endless full circle cycle of YouTube. So going into the summer months, a thing starts to build up every year, okay? It starts to get attention and builds up. Going into September and October, it is what I call the month of the LARP of November. It's because every person on YouTube, because Christmas is in December, tries their ass off through August, September, October, and November to make a bunch of money for Christmas.
Well, that wouldn't work for me, Uni, because I don't celebrate Christmas. So I won't be working my ass off to make money for Christmas.
Christmas presents and shit. And because they know that they like to take a break in December in the new year. So I named it the month of the LARP.
You're okay. I'm going to be on at Christmas because we don't celebrate Christmas.
Haven't you won on Christmas?
I was, and I did New Year's.
Back in 2018. Because in 2017, this whole cycle started. Well, it happened in 2016 too, but it was really little because my channel was really little. 2017, month of the LARP. November, QAnon comes into existence. 2018, month of the LARP, even bigger shit blows up. Not even going to go into
exactly, MD.
2016, Pizzagate blew up then in October.
And he got to pay for his meds and shit. Like he was wounded.
2019, this whole thing kicked off and led into the Steve McBoomer fucking saga. You get me? I'm telling you, going in through this summer, leading up into the month of the LARP, the live action role play, where every faker, every liar, every manipulator, they go to YouTube and they start making videos to build a new thing, a new trend, to get more money. They all play off of each other's successful lies, and they try to make a big old fake ass story. And it always explodes through November into December, and then the next year is affected by it. You get me?
Now listen to what Uni just said then, and then think about what happened in November and December of last year. All from Steve McBoomer.
Yeah. Oh, you're allowed to cuss here. You can. This is Twitter. Periscope is combined to Twitter. Now, I'm not saying that it ain't like policed as fuck. It is, but you can still cuss. There ain't no algorithm here like that. You get me? Not like YouTube. So, I'm just letting you know. By the law of the lie, by the law of the LARP, by the law of the faker, the LARPer, the scammer, and the skeezer, this is only the beginning. If you think 2020 has been bad up to now, and it's been bad, it's been just as bad as every other year. I would say even worse. If you think it's fucking bad, just wait and see. I'm calling it now. I'm calling it on this warm summer evening with the stars shining down. I'm telling you. And YouTube did something. It tried to give us a little bit of freedom. It gave us a little bit of hope. It gave us
Trish,
that
made
thing where
me
we
laugh.
can rate our monetization.
I love that.
And as long as we don't do things that are going to be
That made me
demonetized,
laugh.
YouTube will let us get monetized faster and make more money. Because of that, and because we can now
I don't think I like a
demonetize
ride for
when we
December
upload.
and November.
I think this year is going to be the worst year out of all of them.
I kind of
when
agree.
it comes to scammers and skeezers. And
I do. I think that, like, he's being quiet for the now. I think something towards the end of the year is going to, just like last year with the fake screenshots and all of that palaver, I think something's brewing. I honestly do. Whether it's from him or something or someone he's associated with, but I do. I think it's going to...
Bullshitters. Could be wrong. This whole YouTube monetization and their new censorship algorithm, it might help things. Just keep an eye out. So I'm going to tell you.
The monetization thing sucks. I keep getting demonetized because I can't use normal English. I have to swear. So, F you for making me demonetized all the time. Well, not you, Uni, but F YouTube.
Yeah. It's like a force in law.
They like demonetizing me.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with my bad language or anything.
Does Kyle have a court date yet? I think so. Doesn't he?
Oh, God.
Don't they didn't the date get set? I'll tell you what. I'll check and I'll find out and I'll let you know. Okay? Oh, shit. Where am I, man? I cannot find my house.
I love the fact that he's lost.
I can't wait either.
He's literally like walked so far, he didn't know where the fuck he was. And now he's walking back and he's like, I have no the fuck idea where I am. Elliot's web said, Joe, Nate says SM does this behavior every year around Christmas. Last time was Leslie and Flossie. Yep, I had the same conversation because I actually, before anybody else, had suspicions about SM. And that was like the beginning of November, maybe something like that, October, November.
On this particular subject.
On this subject. And I literally, I kind of stalked him. I tried to find his Facebook just so I could ring him and just sort of message him and said, is there any chance that I could ring you and have a chat? And he was like, yeah, of course, no problem. I rang Nate and we were on the phone for a little bit, and we were talking and he was saying, this is his MO. And basically he literally said what was going to happen, pretty much what happened. Like it is that bad. Joe, you don't use normal English. I don't. I'll give her that.
Because I'm going to tell you right now, oh my God, how many people are here? 35? Okay. Fuck. Hold up. Let me find my house. All right. I found that. Nope. This ain't my fucking house. Oh.
What's funny though, I don't speak normal English yet. I'm from Britain.
Oh.
Go figure.
I found it. I'm so stupid. Yep, there it is. Okay. All right. I found my house. I'm going to tell you guys something. I'm going to tell you a secret. Provably, nobody is going to watch this replay this long.
Oops.
No way. No one will. No one's going to watch this long-ass replay. Hold the front door. That's not my house. Oh, yeah, it is. It's dark out, y'all. I'm going to make you guys stream with me up until I walk into the damn driveway because it's scary out here, dude.
Yeah, he's just like, I'm scared. So funny.
People got those fucking little dingy things, you know? Those little things that make noise when the wind blows.
Wind chimes.
Sounds like some creepy ass fucking theme song, dude.
No, wind chimes are lovely. I love wind chimes.
Okay, I'm gonna give you some some like private information that I'm not supposed to say. And before I end this, yeah, those damn wind chimes, they're making a song, and I don't like it. Okay, so here it is. You ready? Kyle, he has an attorney. You already know that. And I confirmed that he has an attorney. And he's going to get this case reset. It's going to. Because
when I watched this first, I was laughing. I was like, oh my God. Like, man up. I was laughing at him, and I was going, wait, that's not my house. I was like, oh my God, he's going to be in another fucking neighborhood or something in a minute.
He had his rights taken from him. He has confirmed this. I'm not speaking for Kyle. Okay, I'm telling you I'm telling you my opinion. He's going to get this lawyer to go in there and get this case thrown out. And then, let's just say there's going to be a judge looking at every fucking thing that happened in this story. Everything from the Katie Joy shit to all the slander. The judge is going to be looking at what Red's rhetoric did. He's going to be looking at all of his little buddies. And the judge is going to determine whether or not Steve owes Kyle a shit ton of money, or whether anyone else owes Kyle some money.
Funk, isn't that relaxing with him, just his voice? Or is that just me? Because, like, literally, I was laying down and I was genuinely relaxed whilst listening to him. Like, I'm not even joking. I was genuinely relaxed.
Now,
thank you, Care.
Here's the part I haven't told you.
I have 2 wind chimes and I love them. Me too. I love wind chimes. I haven't got any here. We used to. I haven't got any on this house at the moment.
Give me a minute. I have to.
Sorry, Rachel. I'm sorry.
I don't like it. If I say certain things, Kyle fucking literally, he'll probably never talk to me again. He'll probably think I'm not trustworthy.
It was relaxing, isn't it?
So
I like it when I've got the music to worry about the music, because I'm always on edge that I gotta turn it down.
Like, no way for McCrae.
Isn't it? You know, when, like, because sometimes on his streams, when the music comes in, he talks quite monotone. And then when the music comes in, especially at my time, that's like 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, my time. Carl could be sleeping. I don't want to wake my husband up. And then, like, Uni's quite quiet. And then all of a sudden, go boom with this music. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I just woke my husband.
To actually sue Kyle again without one thing happening, okay? And I'm trying, oh my God, Kyle, don't tell Kyle I said this, because I think I'm not supposed to say this, but...
Your secret's safe with us, Uni. We won't tell anybody.
I don't think he told me not to say this. Okay. There is one thing that will happen. One, the order is getting thrown out. And because he wasn't served, he's talked to that lawyer in that state, and they've told him, if you weren't served, then yeah, it's getting thrown out. Like, even if the judge doesn't, let's say the judge makes a fucking Law and Order ass mistake, right? And doesn't throw it out, then he can go to an appeals court and get it thrown out. So no matter what, he's good. But, and this has been literally assured, but if it gets thrown out and that fucking dude pays for another lawsuit, they've got a thing ready, already ready, okay? Not something he's promising, that will lay down the entire, like, it'll be a suit. It's going to be an actual suit attached. So once it's thrown out, or even if it's not, this might happen. Like, I could be getting this wrong. It could be it's going to happen regardless. It could be happening. It could be that he's going to walk in there and actually start this attached to this suit if it doesn't get thrown out. But I don't know if he said that or not. I know for a fact he told me that that once it gets thrown out, and even if it doesn't, but once it gets thrown out, there is a suit that's going to be hitting McCrae so fucking hard when he tries to do.
You just need somebody to send you the link, Happiness. If you talk to somebody in Messenger or is in the Discord, they can send you an invite.
Do it again. That he's almost been guaranteed by the lawyers an absolute win. And there's one piece of information that makes it an absolute win, so that you know that it's not Kyle bullshitting. It's not me bullshitting for Kyle, as people will say. That restraining order going through basically gives Kyle such a massive piece of evidence, because nobody's even thought about this yet. And I left a clue. Did you notice the clue in my thumbnail? No one's even thought about this yet. Maybe some of you have, but not on YouTube that much, because think about it. What is this lawsuit over? It's about him getting kicked off a non sequitur, right? What if, like, this makes it to where Kyle can prove that Steve McCrae is doing things to destroy the channel before he even kicked him off? It basically gives the judge, and I don't know if Kyle meant to do this or not, but it gave that judge every legal, like, real reason to know.
I haven't looked at the thumbnail either, but I will.
That if he has any doubt that Steve is trying.
Yeah, that's no problem. Yeah, you can DM me, and literally all you've got to do is download the app and follow the instructions, and then you can chat. It's that easy.
To basically play the court system. Like, what's the judge going to think when there's a lawsuit slapped in front of him for Steve McCrae, countersuing him for all the lost money that was lost in non sequitur because of Steve's actions? When, now listen, in the restraining order, Katie got it because everything that happened, there was a video clip of Steve telling everybody that he did it, right? And even with David fucking Silverman saying, David Silverman saying the penis thing. Steve's sitting there egging it on and laughing and giggling and like, haha, Katie sucks. So it gave the restraining order, right? My point is, even if Kyle goes in there and the judge says, no, we're going to, continue the suit. The
thing is, even if he wins, right? Let's just like throw it out there. Even if he wins, he could barely get like 100 people in his lives as it is. And I'm not saying like I'm this fucking big YouTuber, because I can, like, sometimes I'm only like, I'm on 39 right now, but there's a huge difference. He's on 17,000, I'm on 1,000. Do you know what I'm saying? So what you think you're going to get this all back up and running? You're fucking crazy.
That last order from the judge demands Kyle to step in front of the judge and present why all this happened, what his evidence is. I'm telling you factually that Kyle has all of the evidence prepared to prove to the judge that
cute, that would be
Steve
awesome.
is lying to the judge to try to steal the show. And on top of that, he's got the restraining order as additional evidence that Steve, with the restraining order, if you look at that one page, it says that Steve made threatening phone calls and that Steve made threatening text messages. And it said that Steve, all those little check marks that it says he did is legal now. So the point, the thing that I didn't know if I was supposed to say is he's already got the entire thing ready, put together. A lawyer has it. Just like when Katie told us that she had a lawyer that was filing the restraining order and had it all ready to go. Remember? Steve.
No, Joe, that's the point. Even if he wins, he has no contact. No one is a big debater will go on his channel with him. Exactly. He might as well just quit while he's ahead. What does this Australian bloke honestly think that he can do? Like, genuinely, nothing. Like, there's just no, it doesn't work like that, I'm afraid. Like, you don't even know how to do like things within the channel.
Even all of his buddies said, no, it's not ready to go. Katie's not going to do it. Katie doesn't have a lawyer. Katie's lying. Katie's not filing, right? Just, remember, she had it all ready to go.
Hey, Bubba, welcome back. Sorry, guys, this is a super long stream. I don't normally do super long streams.
That he has ready to go.
I apologize.
A case that is nothing short of fucking a guaranteed win. Because everybody thought Kyle was going to pop up and be like, Judge.
It's like 10 o'clock and I haven't even eaten yet.
He's lying. No, Kyle is going to have a lawyer stand up and slap every clip that we've ever fucking seen in front of him. And then he's going to put down every fucking message from every troll group, every fucking admission, every fucking dox, every lie, everything. He's going to show the judge Steve doxing people live. He's going to show the judge after showing that clip. I mean, I'm assuming this. I know that these are pieces of evidence.
I just really like this stream, and I obviously didn't realize, I do now, but I didn't realize at the time people could just go to the Periscope. And I know a lot of guys on here hasn't got Twitter, so I thought, oh, it's such a good stream. It really is worth showing. Joe is turning into UniRock. I couldn't do it even if I wanted to. Honest to God, they would kill me.
Order, I'm assuming. But if the lawyer's smart, he's not just going to throw it all together. They're going to show him doxing them live. And then after that, they're going to show him, oh, fuck, I just lost my train of thought. Doxing people live. Then they're going to show him with his, 9 posts saying that Katie's address is public info. So he's allowed to go share it. He has it all together. He's got a defense.
Thank you.
And what does Steve have in this lawsuit? Everybody's so quick to be like, no, the judge could just, not give it to Kyle. Okay, yeah. What is the percentage that will happen here? Maybe 0.01 that Kyle will lose this. Because Steve's case,
I really don't think Kyle's going to lose. I don't. I honestly don't. I think that, with all the stuff that Kyle's having to be gone through, all the homophobic shit that they've spewed about him and stuff like that. This is the man who put friggin' Laura's picture up as a man, knowing damn well she's a transgender woman. Why would you put her picture up as a man? That's just a big fuck you, and that's so disgusting. That's not okay. He doesn't care about anything.
You've seen Steve's case. You've seen the court papers. You know what's there.
I am
his
still
affidavit.
Going. I'll be crying later. I'm going.
That's
I'm
the same
starving.
Thing he did to Katie. He had words. It's the same thing he did in the beginning with Kyle. He's only had. He can't remember. Steve can't show evidence. He doesn't know how. For a fact, you know that all that Steve has presented to the judge is words. Kyle is going to show up with a literal defense and smash the whole fucking thing. Now, maybe the judge will let Steve win, but wouldn't only the judge let Steve win if Steve actually counters?
I don't know, if I'm honest, I don't know, but I think Patty, he could come back. Patty says, does Kyle want to come back or put the non sequitur to bed? I don't know, but I do think that he could come back and make it work. I do.
Kyle's shit, right?
Sorry, Bubba.
Yes, their troll accounts are so obvious. Steve's going to stand up and claim, I'm not behind those trolls accounts. There's just people that are trolling people pretending to be my trolls. If people were trolling Steve, they'd be trolling you. If it was like trolls, you get me. But anyway, there's literally no doubt in my mind Kyle's going to win this. And like on the odd case that the judge, for some reason, like I can't tell you why, the fucking A. That's what I can't tell you. I can't tell you why. But there's another piece of information that I am not allowed to speak, and he told me not to, and I know I'm not allowed to speak it. That I will tell you after this is all over. All you got to do is remind me, okay? Tell me this. Remind me to tell you Kyle's secret, what do you call it? His secret nuke, okay? Remind me after this is all, no, not evidence. It's not evidence. It is a thing. It's a, I can't. If I give you, he'll kill me. Kyle has an ace. He has an ace in the hole. He has a guarantee. I can't say it though because it has to be given there. Even if Kyle loses, just remind me to tell you what Kyle's ace is or Kyle's, guarantee is. I'll remember. Oh, it's not secret evidence. It has nothing to do with evidence. It has to do with people. That's all I can say. It has to do with people. That's as much as I can say without Kyle fucking strangling me. I haven't given anything away, so. And like I said, no matter what happens, I'll tell you what it is, and you're gonna shit your fucking pants because I did. I was like, what the fuck? It's like, no way, bro. You probably do. You probably can figure it out. It has to do. All I can say is I'm gonna give you a clue, like we're playing a game, like we're playing one of those guessing games, right? Like Wheel of Fortune or something, right? People.
I do know what it is, but it will come out for sure. I clearly don't know, and I don't think Uni can say right now either. But just thought it'll be easier. So.
Has to do with human interaction, people. This is a good night. I'm telling you, it's a good night. You know why? Because the stars in the sky right now, all across the world, they are showing like that ancient, and don't call me crazy, hear me out before I get called crazy. I know I'm a little crazy, but yeah, well,
I removed the things for you guys, the mod things. Oh. I just figured I'd have to do it.
The thing is, you can.
Yes, I'm proud of myself for figuring it out.
Prove that he's lied. Easy. Because unfortunately, this is what you know how lawyers tell people keep your mouth shut when you start a court case. There's a reason why you don't go to a fucking. You know what Steve did? So like go back 30 years, right? So if you go back 40 years, all right, walk into like the best lawyer's office and say this to the lawyer. Say, hello, Mr. Lawyer from 40 years ago. Like you don't know what the internet is. You only know what TV is and stuff. Hi. He'll be like, get out, crazy person. But go up to this lawyer from 40 years ago, the best lawyer in the entire fucking world,
Cindy Sue is on the ball.
And say, hey, what would you do if your client sued somebody, right? But then went on TV every night and just fucking talked about the case for a year. You got me? Oh, Kyle's already extracting the silver from the fish. That's a good one.
That is a good one, actually.
But yeah, go up to a fucking like really good lawyer and be like, yo, really good lawyer from 40 years ago. What would you do if your client went on television every night, recorded himself, and There were people out there recording every bit of it to a VHS tape, Betamax tape. I don't know, those old tapes.
Andy says, if NSS goes back to Steve, it's proven it will be trash. He had plenty of time, opportunity to show his own channel, and all he can do is buy bots and harass Katie. I agree. And I said this before. I said this months ago. I'm not sure you probably would have heard me then. But I said, if that's the case, right, and all he did for the non sequitur was everything, as he first said, we now know that's not true. But as he first said, why didn't he change one of his channels into that? Do you know what I'm saying? That doesn't make sense to me.
Every night and talked about the lawsuit, laughed about it, made fun of people over it, talked about how he was going to win. And then your opponent, the people that you're suing, recorded all of it and found 15 lies about the thing the court case is about. What would you do, best lawyer ever from 40 years ago, if somebody did that and set those videotapes in front of the judge so that the judge could see every contradiction that they ever said? Lawyer from 40 years ago would say, I'd drop my client.
Yeah, I would.
You get me? No, yeah, he gets to keep his money, but he's going to be like, we weren't even going to go to court because it's already going to be a loss. Credibility is a really big thing in a court case. You know, if you step up and say, I'm a businessman and I am claiming to you, judge, there's a reason credibility is a massive part of a court case, because he is stepping in front of the judge and he's saying to the judge, it is my word that you have to believe. You weren't there, judge, that he was a 50-50 partner with me, kept the show, took my business, and left me with nothing. Right? The judge only has his word. He has no evidence. He's proven it to us. He was such a narcissist. He went live every night and wanted to rub it in the hater's face that he had evidence. And he ended up showing us his damn DMs with Kyle and proved that they were never partners, that he had to ask permission for everything. He wasn't in control of any of it. Those conversations alone is a slam dunk. The conversations alone, you can't beg somebody not to kick you off of your business if you're a 50-50 partner. He did it twice in the DMs with Kyle. I've seen it with my own eyes. He's done it twice. Begged him not to kick him off. You can't do that. That's when you sue him. Then you don't wait years to sue. You know? Everybody, you don't understand how much of a fucking literal cyberbully he is.
Oh, we do. We really, 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 really do.
You gotta look, the internet lets people who aren't bullies, because bullies have to be big, they have to be intimidating, they have to be strong, they have to be able to beat people up, they have to be able to threaten you with physical force. And the internet lets bullies sit behind an anonymous account or get up on a screen and lie to a bunch of people and trick them into supporting them. Whatever it is, they can take the worst people of our fucking society and give them an influence over a mass of good people. So what has happened in society every time an evil fucking nasty fucking evil person gets put in front of a group of trusting good people? There have only been bad things that have ever happened because some of those good people get convinced. Got me? Oh, you're so lucky, MW Jory. I was around back when they did Non Sequitur show. Like I actually typed in the live chat of a couple Non Sequitur shows, but I was uploading content and live streaming myself every day, so I didn't really watch them live. And I would only catch little tiny bits of them. And I've always told the story where Kyle shouted.
Has anybody else watched the non sequitur stuff, or am I the only one that haven't? I've literally not even watched one. Only the bits that like Uni have showed, or the bits that was on YouTube, Twitter, stuff like that. Was anybody like actually watched it back then or before? Or after?
Put me out a couple times on non sequitur. He's like, "Hey, thanks, UniRock, man. No, appreciate you, man." But
me either.
I would just jump
Bye,
out.
Laggy.
Like I'd jump
Have
in
a
and
great
say hi to
day.
everybody, or be like, "Hey, Kyle, love the show." Well, thanks, UniRock, man. That's about all the
It's
interaction
nearly finished
I had
now. It's just a
until
few
we
more,
broke
maybe
up.
6 more minutes.
But I'll tell you this. Everything should be even. It should be even. Smart people.
And that's the thing, like, right? Another thing with why his channel, when he's not doing the hate Kate train for Katie, nobody watches him because he has all these teen mum fans, like supporting him and all of that. None of them are interested in atheist stuff or Catholic stuff or debating stuff. They're really not that interested in it. So when he is doing his quote unquote normal content, nobody's interested.
They want to battle with their wit. I want to make videos that puts out my side, what I think. And I want the people out there to look at my side and either tell me if they agree or disagree. And I'd like it if they would support me if they'd agree. Oh, me too. Yeah, it's awesome. That's why I love being a partner over here on Periscope. They're too good to me over here. But the problem is, in the future, every video we do, the first thing I'm going to do when somebody plays that game where they act like they've won, or they act like they're they're right about everything, and they act like they're not doing something fucked up. The first thing I'm going to do from now on in every video is call them out for not responding, because that's what they do. They do not respond, and they go hide and log into their sock accounts and go in with their little fucking incel keyboard warrior buddies. And instead of putting their voice out there and giving a good opinion and giving a good video and making it creative and putting in the animation or skits or something,
it's just a few more
they
minutes
hide
now,
and do the least work possible.
I'm sorry that
and
this
all I
has
got to
turned
do from
into
now
such a
on
long
to win
stream.
an argument is, if somebody's not willing to fucking stand up and give their piece, call them out for it.
I just feel like this was such a good one. I wanted to share it
because it proves it all. Well, I got yanked into this. You guys forget, I'm not necessarily a good person for giving my opinion to support Katie. I want to make sure everybody gets this. I'm not a good person because, I mean, it's fine if you think I'm a good person because I'm trying to represent the facts and call out what needs to be called out and just keep the situation logical or whatever. I'm fine with you being like, oh, you're cool for that. But I was dragged into this, kicking and screaming. You get me? When I literally had to be asked over a period of a month or two to even do a video on the subject.
Thanks, Funk.
Now, the non sequitur thing, I joined into that myself. I made a video. But the Katie thing, I had to be like brought in. I had to be talked into it. So
I literally did MD. I thought it was absolutely amazing. Like the way she puts it all, and like she got a little snarky comments. I love it. I think it's funny as hell.
Whenever any of the haters hit me with, you're just obsessed with this topic, or, you know, like you're just trying to clout chase on this topic is why you talk about it, I laugh at them real quick. Because the fact is that the people that they worship, that they think their opinion is always right and they can never be wrong, they told me to do what I'm doing right now. You get me? Well, thank you. I don't think anyone would have either. There's a reason why I did the work. One, because my YouTube audience is not there. Like, I've built an audience off of responding to many things. The thing that my channel is my brand. It's UniRock. It's busy. It's the skyscrapers. It's the evidence-based discussion, right? And that is the topic. This is the perfect UniRock topic. Did Sherelle lie on Katie Joy when she accused her of the N-word?
Yep.
Perfect UniRock topic. Strangest, weirdest fucking topic ever existed. Should never even fucking be a question. The problem is there are all these other YouTubers out there who want to fucking sit there and get all pissed off and jump in like, fuck you, UniRock, for fucking talking about this shit. You dummy, I'm gonna do some memes of a bunch of sexual stuff and then like simp out for Steve. You get me? And then their excuse is, I don't do that type of content. I don't like drama. Fuck drama. That's what Dick Dawson tries to do.
I think with the R word, guys, if she lives in Europe, it's not that it's not a bad word, but it's not, what's the word, like, it's just not used as a bad word here. It's more like, oh my God, stop being an R. It's not like a bad thing, although I've learned now that I don't say it because it can come across as a bad word.
Say every Shills video is drama. Go watch them. They're all fucking drama. It's just about the flat earth. It's still drama. They're not talking about the flat earth that whole every stream. They're talking about the people and the way they act and how dumb they act and all that. It's drama. And that's the funniest part. I won't name any other YouTubers, but all of them are drama. When they start talking about FE Core, when they start talking about Nathan Thompson acting funny, not flat earth, acting funny, they're talking drama. And it exposes the living fuck out of those people that they say, I'm not about drama, when they're literally drama channels. They're just flat earth drama channels.
Bye, happiness.
Well, hell yeah, Big Sky. I'm glad. Because QAnon was a massive lie. Back then, I was one of the only people that would call it out back then, too. I was one of the only people that called out Backyard Brawl. I was one of the only people that called out Isaac Cappy. I was one of the only people that called out Pizzagate. I was one of the only people that called out any of these things. Every time we called it out as a group, like our channel, our subs, our people, every time we called all this shit out that turned into these big situations, we were the first. And then all these other channels flooded in and agree with us now. Tell me it's not true. I'm going to get off here, but tell me, is that a true fucking story or not? Everybody knows QAnon's fake now, but back when I debunked it, I was the only one standing up to do it. Because the QAnon fucks were going around trying to dox people and threaten people and harass people, and nobody else would weigh in. Back when I called out Pizzagate, nobody else would do it. Everybody, even a fucking news broadcaster was trying to say that it was real. Back when I called out Pizzagate. Back when I called out fucking, just all of it. I mean, Backyard Brawl. Everybody fucking was supporting the Backyard Brawl. Even fucking Lift the Veil was pushing Backyard Brawl. You know what I'm saying? All right, guys. I've talked for way too long. My battery's dead. It's late. Rachel's going to smack me. Going to bed. See you tomorrow. We will be live streaming tomorrow. Just letting you know. Okay?
Sorry, Elliot. My bum's numb. If that's any consolation.
I stream here all the time. Thank you. Good night. Have a good night. Go outside. Look up at the stars. Okay, do me a favor. Before you go to sleep tonight, wherever you are, wherever you're at, day or night, go outside. Look up at the stars. And remember, every human being that ever existed did the same thing you're doing looking up at those stars. Every one of your ancestors from the beginning of time. They saw the same stars and thought the same question.
See what I mean about it being a really good stream? See what I mean? It was just such a good stream. I have got a number. I seriously got a number. It was such a good stream though, wasn't it? It was such a good stream. It was really good. That's why I wanted to like share it, because I just felt like, oh my God, that was such a good stream. I really enjoyed that stream when I first watched it. And I literally watched it a couple of hours ago. And I was like, I'm going to share that because I know, now I know clearly. I know now, thanks to MD, that we actually can watch it without having bloody thing. It's like, oh.
Yeah, but part of it was probably watching it with you. And
yeah, it was nice to watch it together. And okay, we've been on like 3.5 hours. Oops. I don't think I've ever done a 3.5 hour stream.
You know, I don't recall you ever doing that, honestly.
Very good stream. Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining me. That was awesome. She's messing with me. I've tried teaching you. It should be easy to goofball, Trisha. That's funny. Goofball. My new word is turd. Like everyone's a turd. Thanks, Kat. Gonna be turd. Yeah, 3 hours and 20 minutes we've been going. And now I'm definitely doing a UniRock here. Jeez.
If nothing else, it'll keep all the trolls occupied.
Yeah, they can carry on. I don't care. Yeah, it's just watching it together and just like being able to talk about it, and like especially when things come up, it's nice just to be like, oh my God, no, you're wrong. That's like, he is wrong. He didn't he's wrong, Uni, he's wrong. And I like end up shouting at the phone. And I like, anyone can hear me, but I'm like, no. Yeah. I'm getting off as well. I've been on way too long. Thanks everyone for joining me. It's been really, really cool having you all here. I really appreciate it. It was awesome. And I will yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. Thanks guys. And I'll put all the links and stuff underneath. Right, see you later. Bye guys.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for joining me.